struggling in my season.
Yeah, you ain't the only one.
Yeah, man. Struggle is real sometimes.
Yeah.
It should be snowballing quick.
Like I don't know what I got. I don't know what I got to do with Kaiser. So
I'll tell you what you got. I'll tell you what I want
you actually about to talk about that right now. I think the show is already yeah, it's already live. We're gonna talk about it right now.
right.
As long as you keep the mic on when you do your games, brother, we good money, man. I love it.
Right.
Hey, I'm gonna start doing that shit too, man. I used to do that, man.
Yeah, man.
I was like, you know what? If my team ain't gonna play to give a show, at least I'm gonna do it.
Your shit's thoroughly entertaining. I don't care what the score is.
Right. All right, let me just do this intro real quick. So look, good afternoon, good evening, good day, good morning. All depends on where you located, man. Another episode I think 15. USFL League, man. The owner's box, the only PS4, at least one that I know of. Connected franchise, live talk show, man. It's gonna be a great episode, man. I got a new owner in here. I've been trying to link up, back and forth with you. He got the gym, he got his job, he got his girl, he got a lot of things going on for me. He got Kaiser doing whatever he want to do on the field. You know what I'm saying? I got Ty. Me and him talked about putting him on the list. It looked like I'm about to be on the list. The league want my head for it. You know what I'm saying? Then we got the commission here. Bill, because, it's been a lot of controversy. I know a lot of owners reached out to me, man, this week. Man, they want Cletus's head on a platter. They want off with his head. They want off with his head. That's first, man. Let's welcome the guest, man, the Browns owner. Andre, man, definitely pleasure to have you on. Welcome to the show, good brother.
I appreciate it. Yeah, Doo-Doo Browns here.
Yeah, man.
That's our name, Doo-Doo.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm not calling you that. I'm going to either call you Browns owner or Andre, you know what I'm saying? But first and foremost, I think Ty was talking about it when we were like launching the show, man. Your streams are hilarious, man. Hilarious. I mean, you're not really like talking through the whole thing, but your reactions to certain things, man, are hilarious. It's definitely entertaining, man.
Yeah, my girl be tripping.
I mean, for me, I enjoy it because it's real shit. Like all the emotions you going through, all of us are doing the same thing except they know Mike to capture ours. So it's like raw, unadulterated Madden at its finest right there.
Because Madden be running, like put your emotions on a roller coaster. Like, it's, like that moment when you have a play, you're like, oh, he's open. And then you're like, who is that to? He just like
for real.
Yeah. I think it was one of your games, man. There was for sure one of your games where you like ran with Kaiser, ran back, and then ran again and threw the pass. I was like, oh shit. Even you were like, oh, did you see that? That shit was nice. Like we had the
same. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Because Kaiser threw me off. Sometimes I be sitting, I'm like, okay, this is an easy pass. And then I be like, what? Why'd you do that? Then other games, I be sitting there looking at Kaiser. I'm like, I don't even know how you got that off.
Yeah. It was cracking me up. I think the last game, you use commentary. Your comments were all about the running game. You was like, man, when you play wild, man, he just trucking me all over the place. But I can't break no holes. I can't escape nothing. But I'm just getting ran over.
That's how we feeling.
Yeah, man. So look, real quick, give us a background on your Madden history and things like that. How long you been playing Madden? Have you been playing head to head? How long you been doing CFM? And if you have been doing CFM, how is this league compared to other leagues you've been playing in?
Let's see, man. I've been playing Madden since it's been out on Sega, like 96, 8, something like that. Yeah, I've been playing Madden then. I started doing like leagues back in. Man, I started doing leagues. It had been like 6 years ago, something like that. I've been doing leagues. So, but like. I like this league. I'm in another league, and it'd be tricky. Like in the other league, like right now, I'm 5-2. I've been in that league since the beginning, so this is like our third season. And like I'm like, yeah. At first, I'd be like, yeah, the competition seems easier in that league compared to this league. But then I'll never make it to the NFC Championship because something crazy will happen. But then I'll make it to the championship in here, and I'm like, well, can I say that what I'm saying, like is it harder? So I think it's about even. It's just probably like some of the higher ranked people might be hard in one league, and some of the mid people are just kind of harder in another league. So it's probably a balance all around.
You know what else I've been thinking about Madden? To me, Madden is like boxing or fighting in real life, and people talk about styles make matchups. Like, there are people I think that definitively can have another person's number. In the outside appearance of that is, oh, this person dominates this person, he's clearly better. It's a bad matchup because then that same person goes and plays other people and he wrecks them. I think Madden is real funky with matchups, and especially in interdivision and interconference, the same people. I think that has a lot to do with stuff.
Yeah, it does. Because there's a lot of times I'm not fooled on a lot of stuff. Especially on defense, a lot of times I kind of know where somebody's gonna go, but sometimes it just happens anyway. You know, I'm like, all right, they about to run this to the right. I'm just looking like, what else could I do? I blitzed that way, I rushed that way, I even ran that way, and there's pancakes, blocks. I'm like, I don't even know how he blocked two people. It's like, ain't nothing I could do.
That my favorite animation where you hit the dude behind the line, he bumbles, stumbles, rumbles forward for another 8 yards. You like, man, what the hell, man? I didn't hit the dude in the backfield.
Exactly. I think too, man, Dre. I think you had we like to say that new owners. Nobody knows what to expect. Nobody's got game film on you. Nobody knows what you're going to do. But now it's like we got a whole season. We've seen you go far. The further you go, it's like more things to analyze now. I know I spoke about you in the C route a lot last season, but this year it's like really the test to see if.
I'll be honest, I don't even really like using the C route like that. But for some reason, it was just open. That's not like my go-to move. People are just giving it to me.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't have when I run my plays. A lot of times, I just go to the suggestions and just pick randomly out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, but I know sometimes. I mean, just that Ravens game, you're like killing them with the C route, and then I know you like you said, people giving it to you, you're gonna take it. So,
I was like, oh, this works. I'm like, why do they keep giving it to me? I'm like, all right, well, here we are.
So we'll see definitely how far you go this year, and then I guess that'll determine your answer to that other question as far as what league has more competition. So far, how you rate the AFC? Based on, I know we're in like third week or something like that. And how's the AFC looking? How's the competition feel?
You said who's like the highest competition?
Yeah. How do you rate the AFC in your opinion? Like who in your schedule looks tough? You don't seem worried about things like that.
Woo!
It's hard for me to say as an overall. I could just only do it from like a personal view of like who I know I'll probably struggle with. Like I know I'm gonna probably struggle with the Jags. And that's out of the defense, because I know the defense is going to be killing the run, and he ain't even got to do nothing like that. And pretty much his receivers can hold my receivers one-on-one. So that's what's going to cause me trouble. The only way I'm going to win something like that, I actually have to like outthink the guy. But as far as matchups go, if he got everybody in the right position, I'm going to be just kind of like sitting there like, well, who's open? Because like last game, I was realizing people were kind of like jumping out of nowhere, just taking things out the sky. And I was just like, all right, well, I don't know what to do about that. Got Superman over here jumping 15 feet. I was like, it's closing off a whole lot of areas. So,
yeah.
Pittsburgh is definitely the owner. He's definitely competition. Honestly, when I play him, I'm just looking for him to lose the game for himself.
That's that organized chaos. That's the organized chaos I talk about all the time.
Like he knows he's going to run the ball. I know he's going to run the ball. We all know he's going to run the ball. I can't. It's just the fact if I can stop it or not. And then usually I'm just guessing like, all right, well, let me see if I can blitz here. I'm like, did he get through? Nah. Did he get through? Nah. And it's just like nothing I could do. And I like a lot of times I kind of know like a defense he's going to pick. And there's a 4-man rush and that dude gets through anyway. And I'm just shaking. I'm just sitting there like, well. Yeah, he rushed 3 linemen and a cornerback, and that cornerback, for some reason, nobody wants to touch him. But yeah, usually I know what's going to happen, but it's hard for me to control everybody. Like my user ain't all that great,
right?
But I can anticipate people what they're going to do. That's usually what gets me by on games.
Okay, so it's we got him on the show currently. He's down in the other box that you see. Is this
here? I'm here.
Yeah, so is it safe to say you win the division or he wins the division or Ravens? Who you see winning the division?
I mean, honestly, I'm always gonna feel like I'm gonna win the division because, like I said, I pick up on people's tendencies. I don't really feel like I personally feel like I have too many tendencies. Like people saying the C route, but that's only because people's giving it to me. I start to do. I don't feel like I have a whole lot of tendencies. I just kind of get. I kind of take what people give me. Like if you're going this way, all right, I'm gonna try to go this way. You go that way, all right. If you like to play the user the middle, I just try to throw people in the middle and then throw somebody underneath or over top, like or go outside. You know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Bill, you want to comment on that division? Him picking himself for the division winner.
Yeah, I don't know. Am I coming through?
Yeah, you're good.
Hello. What's that?
Yeah, we can hear you. Good.
All right, cool. Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to say, you know, I played a couple of the guys, you know, early. I'm 2-0 in my division. I feel good about that. But you know what? It's we play each other so much. It's tough, man. I mean, I'll probably split with everybody. That's why it's a crazy thing, you know. You might split the division with guys, and then it goes down to a tiebreaker. I mean, obviously, I'm going to try to win every game, but I know the competition's thick there, man. It's a battle. It's a north battle every time, man. You got like you know, a field goal here, a touchdown difference. I mean, it's going to be, you know, who makes the biggest mistakes. I didn't make the biggest mistakes last time, and that's why I got a couple wins out of you know, against the Ravens and against the Browns. That's it, really. He's right. I tend to beat myself a lot.
So yeah, that's really all I'm waiting for. I'm like, all right, if he make a mistake, I'm gonna be all right. Then I was like, he ain't making none.
Yeah. So what I mean, compared to your team last year, Dre, and compared to your team this year, any improvements? You see any weaknesses?
The whole thing is, it's like I gotta find a way to get Kaiser like warmed up. The moment Kaiser gets warmed up, like he wanted to start doing those erratic throws where I'd be like, I needed that. Like there's a couple plays like I remember it was with against the Redskins and against Steelers where I was like, oh, this guy's wide open, and then I'm like, man, he really overthrew that, and it wasn't like he got hit or anything. He just overthrew it. I'm like,
yeah, like that drive, the drive that could have won you the game or tied the game or whatever that was. And I seen you going to triangle. I'm like, oh, triangle's wide open, and he threw it right to like the Redskins dude. You were like,
yeah, and I was like, my receiver couldn't even catch that. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
You know, I forgot what user it was, but I had Coleman doing a slant across the middle. I knew there was a blitz coming on the right hand side, so I was like, I don't have Coleman going across the middle. And then I was like, oh, so I said, shoot, I'm just gonna roll out and then you know hit him in stride over there because I got time. And next thing I know, he just overthrew him, and I was like, that was a touchdown, easy. But
yeah, no, I mean, I watched it.
Just to throw something in there, you think anything like a safety having a clutch trade or something like that plays into that? I know right time in you know, clutch moments when you're trying to get to your guy and they have that trait like within maybe in the last 3 minutes of the game. I think that's when that trait kicks in the most. And so that it could not be that you didn't throw it wrong. It's just that Madden's giving that clutch trait a big.
Yeah, Kaiser just out there being shook.
Yeah, you know what I do like about what you've been doing with him, man. It feels like that. You know what I'm saying? The way you're using him, a lot. You know, with the legs and the arms. I think last season he had over like 500 yards rushing. Whatever his numbers were passing, and then like this year I seen you drop back in the red zone like 3 different times. You just dropped back and just took off. I was like, damn, like Vic from 07. You know, Kaiser fumbled, but he ended up getting his own fumble and stuff back. So,
yeah, I don't know where we're going. I was trying to slide.
Yeah, but I know me and Ty talk about it all the time. Like you don't go as far as Kaiser takes you. We think he's the MVP of your team. So,
yeah, he's really all I got. That's why I'm kind of rocking with him. But believe me, if there's some quarterback that had some clutch rating and was just like a little bit better, I'm like, all right, guys, I don't mean to do this to you, but thank you for your services.
Right. Oh, also I got you. Thank you for that tight end. He's making a difference on my team. I appreciate that. He was your number 2.
Yeah, no problem. I missed the daggone draft. Come on, I had a mainline flood. So,
oh man, sorry to hear that.
That whole draft was a waste. But oh well.
Yeah, I mean it all depends on perspective. I didn't get no really good picks, and I missed the draft. I don't know how you did, Ty. I mean, you got that rookie quarterback, right?
Yeah.
So I guess it was hit or miss depending on your team or what deals and stuff you made during the off season. So let's I guess, man, let's really get into the thick of this. Just a lot of stuff we want to talk about. Ty, you want to talk to me first about me being 1 and 2, or should we attack this Cletus thing? You said you couldn't wait for the show, so
well, here's what I would say. Okay. You know what? Here's what I would say. I think there's way too much drama right now about who's 1 and 2 or who won 2 games. Like Joe Deasy lost his mofo mind in the chat because he notched his 2nd win. And while I appreciate the enthusiasm, man, we got 13 games of football left to play. Look, is it ironic that you're 1 and 2 because you talk cash shit? Yes. Am I really thinking you need to be on the list? No, not at all. Let's not get carried away. It's 2 games. You don't need to get it together, brother. I'm not going to put you on the list. I talk that shit because you talk that shit, but no, you don't need to be on the list. And I think when it's all said and done, you're going to be positioning yourself for a playoff run. So that's the real side of it. Am I surprised you lost to the Bucs? Yeah. Am I surprised you lost to Boone? I can't say that because for some reason in the NFC, it never fails. Ty's going to play Paya. Paya's going to play Gates. Gates is going to play Ty. All of the heavy hitters always seem to play every season without fail. So there's so much familiarity there. That's going to happen. The Buck game really surprised me, but I think the league is really good. I think there's a lot of good competition in the league. I think there's a fine line between 1 and 2 and 2 and 1. And I think it just goes and shows to prove that everybody's got to be on their A game every single Sunday. That's my take on Gates being 1 and 2.
Sure. Like, Boone played hard. I lost by 7 to Boone. I tried to bring it back, try to bring it back too late. I actually brought it back with the Bucks. I walked right in the house, jumped on the sticks. Doc was telling me, hey, man, he got better on D. I'm like, beat me in 3 seasons. I beat him up 6-0. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't worried about what his D's doing. The next thing I know, his running backs breaking tackles, trucking us. I'm like, oh, here we go. You know what I'm saying? And he was doing his thing. And then even coming back down from 21, I felt it. And I just got greedy at the end. Like, you know what I'm saying? The receiver I tried to force the ball to wasn't open. I didn't respect him standing there and his user ability at the time. I just threw it up. Figured, hey, I could just outcatch him. And he earned it. Shout out to him. He won it. I know he's super psyched about that win. But yeah, it's 2 games, man. I went 14-2 last year. It's early, but I appreciate the guys, jumping on me and everybody hitting me up in the DM and the Eagles, putting the eyes up like, oh, you're about to be 1 and 3 and Panthers 2 and 2. It's all fun and games. I appreciate it, but let's remember these moments. We'll see how the season turns out. So.
Well, it is like I said. That's why I said, listen, like the fact of the matter is, it's way too early for anybody to hit the panic button. The only person that needs to be able to get it together list right now is Young Dolph. That's the only person in the entire league where it's like, I can't really justify you losing by 50 points 3 games in a row. Something's broken there. You need to get it together. But everybody else, like, it's way too early to get carried away. I will say this, though. You make yourself an easy target because the way you talk on this show is why when you fall, people feel the way they feel. Because there's a difference in I'm trying to motivate people and I'm confident in my abilities and I'm just better than everybody and I don't respect nobody, yada, yada, yada. So when you fall, brother, that's why everybody's coming out that woodwork.
Yeah, and I knew that stepping into this role and doing this and talking shit, you know what I'm saying? Comes with the territory. It's the catch-22, the other side of the coin. So,
right.
That's my mindset. It don't matter who I'm playing. I'm not gonna sit here and say, Like even with Boone, it's like, yeah, Boone's good and all that, but I don't give a shit about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just so focused, and if he wins, he wins. He humbly won. He won that. Much respect to Boone. So, but I see him in the playoffs. We see what's up in the playoffs.
Which I appreciate, but I would give you that perspective. Would you say Boone is one of the better players in the league?
Yeah, Boone's good.
Right? No, I would too. But you never hear Boone. Hey man, like the way Boone goes about it and the way you go about it. All I'm saying is the reason why everybody's on your head is because of the way you go about it.
Oh yeah, but me and Boone talk. Boone might not talk major in the chat, but he hit me all the time. Me and him go back and forth with memes and shots and that. So it's almost me and him almost have that Green Bay Chargers type of back and forth, not with disrespect, but just like
no fun. Well, it's like me and you.
Yeah, right.
Brother, I've always said this. I could be 1-15. If I play you, brother, I'm coming full steam ahead, man. Like it's fun. All I'm saying is it's way too early for anybody to panic. Yeah, you lost 2 games in a row. I'm not excessively worried about it. You don't need to be on the list. I'm just saying the reason why it generated so much attention was because it was you.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Browns, what's your record? Andre, what's your record?
I'm 1-2.
See what I'm saying? But like you said, he goes unscathed.
Right.
Nobody reached out to him. But
yeah.
It's not.
Yeah. Cause like honestly, like when you hear me in the game and I'm like, oh, that's it. I'm done. I'm like, I'm not really thinking I'm done. But I'm just kind of getting myself psyched out of all right, I got to do something. Now I'm just like, all right, let me just take the pressure off myself.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't gonna say. I mean, if I could comment, man, you should hear the stuff I'll be saying. Like when the Bucs running back broke the tackles and he's pushing everybody with his arms. I just fell back in my seat like. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Then I'm going down 21. Then I see Ty texting me like, yo, he finally showed up. He was asking me where he been at. He been missing. He finally showed up. I'm looking at my phone like, look at this shit here.
Hey, now, let's look at me and you dynamic, brother. You got to understand, me and you got we got years of history together, brother. I'm playing the game when you hit me up texting me. The game ain't over yet, and you in the chat talking about, hey, man, you got to get it together, Ty. You're going to be on the list. The show starts off when you talking about, hey, Ty, we got to talk about it, brother. So we ain't got to talk about it. When I lose, hey, Ty, we got to talk about it, man. So
I looked over. It was funny. I looked at my phone. He was like, yo, Gates, you been calling me on the show. You've been missing. Look, he finally showed up now. I was like, here we go. I was like, let's see what happens now. So, it's funny. My girl, she's like, what's wrong with you? You cussing at the screen and all? I said, I'm down 21. I said, I'm down 21. Andrew Luck can't hit slant. She's like, what's a slant? I said, don't listen. I'm focused. Don't talk to me right now.
Right. I ain't got time to teach nothing. I ain't got time to
Right.
That's when you got to tell the Gates, hey, you see that kitchen right there? Why don't you go ahead and run that slant route in there real quick? Let me get
I felt like, I was calling Kaiser. I was calling Kaiser out for doing it. And then Andrew Luck can't hit a slant route. I said, yo, what is going on right now? Throws an interception. I mean, dude's wide open. He throws it right past and right to the Bucs safety. I'm like, let me just focus real quick. I come back 21. I'm like, yeah, I know the chat is probably like, oh shit, here you come. And I know the Bucs felt it because I felt it. Like, here we go. And I was like, all right, don't blow it like you did the playoff game. And sure enough, I see him back there. I'm like, man, I'm gonna just jump that little guy. And I didn't over jump. And I threw a high lob pass too, and Luck just didn't do it for me. So it's quiet. I blame myself for putting myself in that position. Just walking in the house, no prep, no nothing. So shout out to the Bucs, man. He earned that, though. He earned it. You know what I'm saying? So
hey,
like I said, Browns.
That man had a whole season and you put him on the list.
Yeah.
Bad intentions on his mind.
Yeah, man. It'd be interesting too, man. Bill, I know I took some shots at you last season. Said you're not gonna win the division no more because you got user opponents in there, and yet you 2-0. You want to comment on that?
Well, I'm 2-1. I dropped
2-0 in the division.
One to Jags. I shot Fournette down 63 yards, but in doing so, I didn't give myself. Obviously, I wasn't playing the pass defense I needed to. So I got to find that happy medium. If I have to play him again. As far as you being, 1 and 2, come on. That's a guy. You're playing the Bucs, just like our division. You play them twice a year. You played them for several seasons. people get to know what you like to do and when your habits and how you play the game and know how to defend it. So that's when my organized chaos can come in handy for you. Because then they don't know. You got to try to be a little bit unpredictable at some point in time. Maybe call a play that you never played before or used. I don't know. Hey man, I have all the faith in you in the world. I know you're going to be back. Hey, all you need is your foot in the door, man, in the playoffs, and then you can run it all the way through. So that's the thing. People get.
I say Chief showed us that.
Yeah, Chief for sure showed that. He definitely did that. He
Get your toe in the door, man. It's not even a foot, man. You get your toe in the door, come through the wild card, whatever. It doesn't matter, So you can dominate. You just got to dominate those 4 or 5 games at the end of the season. That's when the money shows up. Yeah,
that's it. Same thing with the Browns. Like I wouldn't pick Andre to go to the playoffs. Ty was saying that you were somebody to watch, but I was like, yo, he's a new owner. Like, we'll see. And then you get to the playoffs, you make it to the AFC Championship, almost Super Bowl. I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, it boosted me up a little bit. I was like, man, why the Falcons don't keep on playing me like this? I'm like, he was like, yeah, he's doing good, but I'm going with the other squad. I was like, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
And Ty looked out. He did go against me one time in the playoffs, and I was sitting there. I was like, I felt like, I was like, Dad. It's almost like when your girl say, yeah, that guy look good, and you're looking at her like, what about me though? That's how I felt. felt a little betrayed on that one. I was like, all right, well.
Hey, that one stung because I actually picked you first, and then I was like, no.
Yeah.
Strong. And then I lost. I mean, he lost, and I'm like, damn it, I should have stuck with my gut.
Yeah. And it's been like that.
People go with the paper.
Yeah, and it's cool to hear you say that, man, because, like, again, we say this to motivate and things like that, and it's like the energy this season is so cool because it's only week 3, and people feel like already they got something to prove, whether it's to shut me up, talk shit to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's only week 3, and it's like, people are already, like, look at Joe. Joe got like 2 wins or something, like, don't he? Like, the Bills got 2 wins.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about the rest of y'all. Y'all like to think that you're in trouble? They're like, oh, yeah, he in trouble now. You're like, nah, y'all worrying too much.
Yeah. I
don't know why I like that feeling, though.
Yeah, so, yeah, everybody, it's good to have that energy. It's good to see that, man. People want to win. They want to have me to come up on here and say, oh, yeah, sorry, I didn't pick you and all that. But Ty always says it too, man, it's consistency. Can you consistently play at that level? Can you consistently make them reads? Can you consistently make me come up here and say, hey, whatever? You know what I'm saying? That's the key. And being as though it's only week 3, even though the energy feels great, let's see what that energy is like week 7. Let's see when like guys like myself, Brown, us 4 guys, we start to really lock in and focus and try to pull ourselves away from that pack. You know what I'm saying? So
what's funny is, like, as much as the show is good at stirring that up, it's like, why do any of us need that to play at that level? You know what I'm saying? Like, that should be the mentality, whether there's an owner's box, there's not an owner's box. Like, we should have that same type of passion, energy 24/7. But maybe it's just a matter of we've been playing this for so long, you get complacent. And now all of a sudden, I don't know. It's a good thing for sure. I just think it's odd that we kind of need that for people to feel that way.
Yeah, that little push. Yeah, because the game becomes repetitive after a while, I think. Especially by year 2, year 3, you're playing the 16 games while you play your division, or 6 times, and you maybe you get a sprinkle of this new owner, that owner. You're running whatever scheme you're running. I think sometimes you just need to be called out. So just to keep that competitive juice flowing, that adrenaline pumping. A lot of guys really before the show, a lot of guys were like humble in the chat, this and this and that. Now it's like pure. Whatever, people saying whatever in the chat, see you next week, or even the Eagles do said to you, like, yo, don't worry, Ty, you gonna be on that list because I'm gonna beat you. Would he have said that prior? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Chargers talking trash all the time. Whatever he went, Titans going whatever he went. The Browns going. I think sometimes we just need that edge. Even as men, we just need that alpha punch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, what I do is I liken it to actually being on the field. When somebody's talking trash in your face, oh man, it's all, baby. Look out! Come on, bring it. Let's do this. You know, and that's why I don't ever mic up, man, because I will freaking oh, look out! What the? You know, there's some things that I say you probably don't want to hear. Probably some things you do want to hear, though.
Yeah. No, I think that's why I like watching the Browns game. You know, regardless of win or lose, he's gonna say something, and I'm gonna be cracking up because I feel like I'll be in there. I know exactly what he's going through in that exact moment.
I ain't gonna lie, I'd be a little disappointed when other people don't mic up though. Like I would love to play somebody and they're talking, but they don't even got to talk trash. Just the fact that I like to hear stuff, you know, like it makes the game more interesting that way.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah,
something crazy happened. I like for us to both be on one accord. Like I'm like, wow, they gave that to you. He'd be like, yeah, that was kind of crazy, or even vice versa. Like,
yeah,
like just so we have commentary through the game. I don't know why I enjoy it more like that.
Maybe you might get your wish, man, this season, man. I know some guys who stream, they probably do have mics, they just not micing up.
I'm gonna start miking up because I used to do it when I first joined the league. It was funny. I used to always mic up. I just because I'm literally my mic'd up games is just like Andre's. It's the exact same thing. I don't talk shit. I just respond and react and talk out loud to myself to everything that's going on. Yeah. You know, but it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. I'm gonna start miking up.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I ain't, but I'm glad other people get a kick out of it. So that's the only reason I do it.
Yeah. All right, now let's approach. You know, it's funny. I was chilling yesterday doing something, man, business-wise, man, and my phone was just buzzing something unreal. And I was like, what the hell is going on? You know what I'm saying? And I look, and it's like group me mentions and DMs. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So then I get run up the score. I'm like, who ran up the score? And then I go to look on Daddy League, and I see it's Cletus, man. He scored 78. I swear I felt like that Flo Evans Good Times moment when I sent the meme out with like, damn it, Cletus. Like, damn, Cletus, why? Like, anybody else could have did that, but not you. You know what I'm saying? And then they were like, people were hitting me like, yo, you're not going to get suspended. This, and this. You know, it was so crazy. So let's get it. Let's address the elephant in the room. I'm gonna start with you, Dre, and Todd, and I'll speak, and I'll let you speak from it as a commissioner point. Bill, last.
Sure.
So Dre, did you see that score and your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I saw the score. I saw the score, and then I kind of went to the. Like, I just kind of wanted to see what happened. Like, how did the score get up that high? I think he had like 2 passing touchdowns, and then, but I guess it was a lot of like run or rushing touchdowns. But I didn't see a whole lot of yards. It looked like a lot of it came off of defense. Like he had like 4. He had like 4 defensive touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that, or 5, something like that. So I wasn't sure exactly how the rules would go. Cause I know like last year I kind of had like a high score on somebody, and somebody told me like, "Hey, don't run up the score." So I just ran to the touchdown, like ran out of bounds, like because I was too scared to I was like, I don't know what's going to happen. Like I know that I did that a couple times, but so I mean, I don't know. I never been a person. I don't worry about my running up the score, so like I don't take it personally. Like if you do it, you do it. If you don't, you don't. But I know other people do, so I understand it. But
yeah. Ty?
Honestly, I keep it at 100%. I'm a little agitated right now that we're having this discussion. I think it's bullshit, and I'm tired of people picking on Cletus. Cletus is a grown man that can defend himself, but we purposely put a rule in place to address this situation. And the rule stated that we would now allow people the option to concede. So if you feel the game is getting out of hand and you don't want to play no more, you have that option so that the score doesn't get run up. Cletus offered the man the option to concede. The man wanted to play on for whatever reason. But because it's Cletus, everybody's got a problem with it. If you look at his box score, he didn't have excessive stats on offense. He didn't have excessive stats on defense. And the thing nobody's bringing up is the myriad of defensive touchdowns that young Dolph gave up. Young Dolph made a lot of decisions that put himself in bad spots. Going forward on 4th down on like his own 10-yard line. Like for everybody that wants to say Cleveland should kick field goals, he should need. We have the rules in place. And I'm gonna remind you guys one more time of something I told you last year about how tiebreakers are determined. Tiebreakers aren't determined by division records. Tiebreakers aren't determined by conference records. Tiebreakers are determined by points allowed minus points scored. So at the end of the day, you could be tied for a playoff spot and lose because somebody scored more points than you. The man didn't do nothing wrong by the league. I don't know why people are hitting you up. If they got an issue or they think, oh, Cleveland should be suspended, they should hit Bill up. They should hit me up. They should hit one of the boards up or Carolina, as opposed to gossiping and just creating these witch hunts. And I think it's BS. And that's just my opinion on it. I don't think he did nothing wrong. And I think people need to worry about their gameplay and let the admin team do what we do.
I didn't know.
Right, so, go ahead, Jay. You want to respond?
Oh, no, I was just saying, I didn't even know that if it was getting out of hand, you could. I'll be honest, I'd be late on rules sometimes. But I didn't know you could concede if the score was getting out of hand. That kind of changes everything, though. Like the power now is in your hand now.
So
exactly.
So before I comment, Ty, so you're saying because Dolph did not concede, it's justifiable for the Jets to score 78?
Yes.
Regardless of who the player is. I'm not
yes. Yes. Yes.
Because of this rule, so now basically you say there is no run up to score then, because if I offer you to quit and you don't quit, then it's basically whatever at that point.
It's not up to me to manage your game. It's up to you to manage your game.
No, I'm just saying. I just want to just so we just clear going forward. If let's say me and you play, and it's 50 to 10, and I'm like, Ty, fourth quarter, you want to keep playing? You're like, yeah, let's keep going. And I just score 30 more points. Then it shouldn't be an issue, right?
Well, okay. I'm not making a rule change. We would have to vote on that. I'm telling you from my personal standpoint, when I played Mayor Wop, I could see toward the end of the game, Wop held back. If Wop didn't hold back, I wouldn't have had bad blood.
Right there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You hear me?
I don't know what happened to everybody else. Let me see if we can
I can hear.
I can get these people back on here.
I got you. I'm still here.
You go. Ty, you there?
Me?
I'm here, brother.
How about I could hear all four of y'all.
I hear everybody too.
Yeah, we're golden, man. Maybe. Gates, where are you, Gates?
Yeah. I guess Gates just can't hear.
Well, since Gates.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there he is. All right.
Anyways, I was saying when I played WAP in the first game, the game was getting out of hand. I could tell WAP was holding back. For me personally, irregardless to the rules, if WAP didn't hold back, I wouldn't have had bad blood. I wouldn't have had no animosity.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, Gates.
It's not me, man. Can you guys hear me? I mean,
yeah, we can hear you.
It's like Ty was going in and out, but can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Ty, you there?
I'm here, brother.
All right, so my fault. So again, because I didn't get a chance to hear you started talking, and I don't know what happened. Shit just started freezing. You know, I'm on Comcast. It
explains everything.
Right, it does. If let's say I'm playing whoever, and again, I'm up 50 to 10, and I say, hey, you want to concede? And they say no. You're saying it's, and I score 30 more points and make it 80 to 10, then it's cool then, right? There's no issue.
Well, hold on. But there's two different things you're talking about here. Do I personally have an issue? No. Are you asking me if that's in the best interest of the rules or the spirit of the league? I can't answer that question because that's an admin decision for all the admins. Me personally, if you put up 100 on me, you put up 100 on me.
But you did just answer by saying he offered the offense a chance to concede. The offense, however, didn't concede, and it's justifiable because of that.
You asked me how I felt about it.
Now I'm asking. So I need you to answer from both perspectives. You said I know you as a personally, you're saying it's cool. Now, is it cool from the admin's perspective?
I mean, I think it's easy to sit there and see a box score and pull a pie and jump in the chat and start popping off as opposed to doing what Andre did and looking into the stats and looking into how the game broke down. And I think that all has to be looked at.
So for me, that's the catch-22 for me, right? Me personally, because there's no reason for a person to score 78 points. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, regardless of whatever his stats were, he knew, we spoke about it, the last time, like he knew that the game was so far that he was dominating his opponent. Even when he decided to quit, doesn't mean he, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean he doesn't still take that knee. There's tools in the game to help chew the clock. He could have chewed the clock. He never probably did. I don't know. I don't know if he did that. His play call, he could have took the knee or whatever. Regardless of, having the stats versus the number, they're two totally different things for me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think a lot of other guys are also finding the disconnect. Because you say like, yo, because his stats weren't crazy and Dolph did these 5 things. Yeah, he went for these, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm up 40, the game's clearly out of hand. Regardless if you want to quit or not, the game's clearly out of hand. There's no need for me to score another 30, 40 points.
But again, okay. So, and I said this last season, and I said it this season, and I said it again. What if that determines my playoff spot?
All right, so that's
addressed.
Hang on. All right, can I go through this?
Go ahead, Bill.
Because I'll tell you this: has anybody even watched the game? Has any of you guys watched the game?
No, I didn't see the game.
I went back and went through a decent chunk of the game to look.
I'm gonna go back and watch it.
Okay, please do, because right off the bat, the tone was set. I mean, Dolphins get the ball. There was a forced fumble and 7 points almost immediately so you're 7-0 right now. I mean, at the start of the game, inside the 20, bam, now you're down. Boy, I'm telling you, Mo, guess what? Mo is in your corner already, all right? Dolph, he got the ball back. He had a good drive. He missed the field goal, long field goal. Cletus, one play, end around, touchdown. Wide receiver, end around, touchdown. I mean, now you're down 14-0. This is in the first quarter.
Jesus.
Yeah, Dolph, 3 and out. Jets piling up. Jets run a wheel route. We're 21-0 in the first quarter.
They escalated quick.
Yeah. Dolph, he comes back. Fake punt, pick 6. You're down 28-0. Okay. Now, you're 28-0. And, I'm like, sometimes, okay, if I'm down 28-0, I'm ground and pounded, man. I'm like, if I'm out that far out of the game, there's sometimes you get what you ask for. And if you're asking to get your butt kicked and keep throwing into the freaking strength of a defense, you're gonna freaking get what you ask for. Now I'll keep going because I want to make sure that everybody realizes, and you should watch the game because watch the game, you'll totally understand where he came from. Because Cletus, okay, it was let me see, 66-7, right at the end of the third quarter.
Right there. Stop right there.
Okay.
There. So you're telling me 66-7. And
okay. Yeah.
Is the game
you want me to go?
Is the game not over?
I can keep going because here's what happened. Here, when you start running hurry up offense, and when you go for it on 4th down 5 times and get 2 of them, stuff like this happens. You give guys short fields. At the end of the first half, he went for it on 4th and forever, and he turned the ball over with 1 second left on the clock. Cletus kicks a field goal. I'm just saying that, as a coach, you kind of control your own destiny sometimes.
Sure.
Let me see.
But Bill, real quick, Bill, to stop you there.
Sure.
Even again, the first 3 quarters, that's whatever. It's whatever the first 3 quarters. I'm not saying even Dolph, whatever he's doing, he giving a short field or whatever. At that point, we offers him a chance to concede at 66-7. Whatever Dolph does after that, justify to me why Cletus still feels like he has to score.
Well, Dolph actually scored. He scored at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
66-14.
Okay, are you ready? I'll tell you what. It was almost like he got the ball back. It was a Jets forced fumble inside the 10-yard line, touchdown. I mean,
so now the score
it's almost like he picked the ball up and ran it in. It was like,
fine, but
and so if you watch the game, you'll see what happened. You'll see what happened. He picked the ball up. It was inside he picked it up at like the 4-yard line. It was in the end zone. You know,
so what I'm saying to you is this.
Yes.
Jets 66-7. Then the Dolphins score 66-14, yes?
Yeah, 66-14, yeah.
So now it's like, okay, does Cletus feel threatened that it's a comeback coming?
No, I'm sorry. He scored. Dolph scored again. He went for it on a 4th and 7. He went for it on 4th and went for it again. Right at the end of the third quarter, he went for it 4th and 7. He got it. He went for it again for 4th and 4, and the ball. I think he actually converted. He got the score. This is the beginning of the fourth quarter. I got it all wrote down here. It was a forced fumble for pick 6. Jets Jets put it on 2 clock in the fourth quarter, and he starts running his Dolph still running. Hurry up.
As he should. He's down. He's down. He's 66 down. He's down 50 points.
Hey, Gates.
I know, but you see, but you're giving the guy an opportunity with more time on the clock. And so, you know, basically from then on out, it's all field goals. It's all field goals from then on out.
But there's been times where I've been in that position, up 40-something to 10-something, and I don't even kick the field. I just punt it.
Hey, Gates.
Yeah.
I got something for you, Gates. Hey, Gates, are you able to send Cletus a link to the show?
Yeah, I can send Cletus a link to the show. Cletus, yeah, come on, man. Stop.
No, I'm dead serious. He'll come on right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course.
So
of course.
Let's speak to the man himself.
Let's do it, man. I spoke to Cletus last night, and I also spoke to Bill last night. Like, I'm speaking not from myself as well, but the other people who don't have a voice,
for the league.
Reaching out to me.
For the league, and I hear you. I'm for that, because you know what, we want everybody, and you know what, that was why we put this in this fourth quarter thing. And if you read the rule, fourth quarter, if you say you're not conceding, it's basically it even says in the rule, treat it like it's 0-0. And I mean,
right now, keep in mind that rule is now amended this season, but the mentality and the tone that's been set in this league has been not run up the score.
Now, yeah, exactly. Now, and there's still the running up the rule thing. If you look in there, inside 2 minutes, you shouldn't score inside 2 minutes. And guess what? I don't think Cletus has never been disciplined, because he has. We busted his chops before.
But this is what I'm saying. If I do it, this is the perception of the league. If we do it outside of him, and again, I'm not picking on just him, but unfortunately, he has a position of power where I don't. You know what I'm saying? So all right, you wrote it down. Did he score 2 minutes in that game? Anytime did he score any points with 2 minutes left in that game? Did he score?
Let me see. Last score was no. He ran out of bounds with 2:25 and kicked the field goal for +3.
So this.
He basically he sat on it until the ball until he basically squatted out until 4th down and then kicked the field goal.
But should that not have been his mentality that whole fourth quarter, because he was up by that much? Now again, so technically no, because of the new rule. However, the mindset has been programmed. The mindset and about the league has already been proven. Like, yo, don't run up the score.
Well, and I actually put it in the rule that we don't want you out there pat-statting either. And if you look at it,
you see, it's like so many pieces of this right now, because it's like,
right, it's very subjective. But if you look, I mean, and I did. I watched the game, and then I looked at the stats, and I was like, that's a typical game. But you know what you don't get to see is stats don't show the pick 6. They don't show the details of when somebody goes for it on 4th and forever and gives you the ball with 35 yards to go. So that skews.
But I'm up 50 points. But I'm up 50. I'm up 40 even.
Right.
The game is
I pack my lunch. I would pack my lunch. But, of course, I wouldn't be in that situation because you know what I would do is I would be running the ball, and I would be chewing the clock myself and going, this game's out of control, and I need to control my own destiny and say, listen,
even as a fan,
I don't have a chance. I don't have a fighting chance to get back in it. So I'll ground and pound. I'll chew clock, and then I'll fight another day. But for him to be
go ahead.
Can you hear me?
No. We can hear you now.
Okay, so like let's be real. Like all jokes aside, and I'm gonna say this shit, time and time again. And you can say what you want, and have your own perspective on shit. But the fact of the matter, that's me. There's a fucking issue with it. If it was WAP, shit wouldn't be said. And you wouldn't be saying shit, Gates. And I'm just being real with you. Because prime example.
I ain't got no problem with you scoring.
Prime example is last season when like all this shit ended up happening. What do you call WAP ran up the score. Shit wasn't said until I done it. And the fact of the matter is, again, I gave the guy the chance to concede. The fact of the matter, they chose to continue to play. Why the fuck am I going to waste my time playing if I can't do shit?
So let me address that then, Clee. Let's address it. First and foremost, I personally don't care if you score 70. I told you that. When the Browns scored 63, did I not say to him, yo, why are we not having that same conversation when the Browns scored 63? When WAP scored whatever? We had that conversation. Again, but unfortunately, like Ty says too, man, you and Green Bay are the easy targets for the league. You know what I'm saying? So for me, the reason why I say that to you is because if I already know the dislike or whatever displeasure people have for you, and you're under this microscope, it forces look, you know what I'm saying? Had it been Ty scored 70, will you having this conversation? I don't know. If I did it, I don't know. The fact that you did it, you know what I'm saying? When people already feel a certain type of way about you or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's like now it's an issue, and I agree with that. Again, I don't give a shit personally. Score whatever, but but again, because it's you, and then also because you're an admin, and then when people say like, "Yo, nothing happens," because you're also an admin, it's just so much funny shit. You know what I'm saying? It's so much.
Well, you want to know something? It's one of them things where quite honestly, I'm going to come out and say it. I love being a part of the admin group, but the fact of the matter, if I'm going to get different treatment as far as if the league feels as if the commish group gets away with shit, fucking remove me from the commish chat. It's one of them things where regardless if I was the commish or if I was not, there would still be an issue.
Maybe, but me and you know that. Ty says it. We know that. I know that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say, yo, take him off the commish joint. People hit me like, yo, he scored 78. And I'm like, who scored 78? Like Cletus. I'm like, fuck, man. It's almost like when Mike Tyson was doing his thing, he punched Mitch Green in the face, and everybody was like, had it been Buster Douglas, the fact that you are who you are, it's a different thing.
So my question is, did anybody see that crazy game that took place yesterday? Dallas against Vikings?
What's the score?
It was 42-7 second quarter.
Mm-hmm. What happened? What's the final?
And guess what the score? You know what the score ended?
Tell me.
66-50.
66 what?
50.
He won by 16.
So my question is, being up, obviously, right then and there, it shows that a player could potentially come back. Shit could happen to put you, into a situation where you gotta keep on scoring. But again, it's the fact of the matter. Now, I'm the only one that I've seen do this year, where once I got big, I have my opponent, and I'm like, hey, would you like to concede?
Sure.
Games. I mean, shit. The game that Oakland just had. 50-something to what, 7? Rather, because it's me, people got issue with it.
Well, I have a separate point about all of this that is bothersome to me. There seems to be this perception that arises from time to time that if somebody in the admin group does something, the other admins are going to stand idly by and not do nothing and cover for this person, which that's the issue I have. Everybody in this league is grown. I'm the operations manager at this plant I'm at right now. It's no different than one of my employees. If there's an issue on the floor, don't go into the break room and bitch and moan with a bunch of other employees. If you want to get something done, come to this damn office right here or come to HR and say, Ty, I have a concern, and give me a chance to address it. Don't go into the break room and bitch and moan and gossip and slander and talk a bunch of bullshit. All of the admins are accessible. As opposed to people hitting you up, if somebody's got some shit to say, go ahead and DM Tyrific. Go ahead and DM Wild Boar. Go ahead and DM Carolina Panthers and hear it directly from us. Don't sit there on these witch hunts behind the scenes talking a bunch of shit. That's my problem. We're all grown. Let's act like that. Jump in the chat with your concern. Hit us up on DM. Let us discuss it amongst each other as decide we're covering from one of our boys and we're not doing what we're supposed to do. Because that calls our integrity into question. And that's when I have a problem.
And then also upon that.
Real quick. When has the person on the admin team been disciplined?
I've been disciplined plenty of times. I'm probably the only admin person that, for the most part, that's been slapped, when it came to rules. Prior to it happened last Madden.
No, so these 4 seasons, when has the admin been disciplined?
When has someone broken a rule?
That's what I was gonna say. Tell me when a rule's been broken.
Last year.
And the next question for you, Gates. How many people this Madden has been disciplined over 4 seasons?
Dolph. Bucks. Who quit and came back? Somebody quit again.
Okay, so Dolph. Hold up, Dolph quit.
That was Eagles. Eagles gone.
Yeah, Eagles. Yep.
He's gone.
Pat's got discipline.
Yeah, Packers strong.
Yeah, Packers and strong, right?
Yep.
Pretty limited. Mm-hmm. Now, hey, you know what? I was just going on Daddy League and I pulled up one of the other games. Sorry to throw some shade on you, Doo-Doo, but there was the 63-28 game.
Sure.
Last season.
Sure, we talked about that. And there was nothing happened there.
Nothing happened there, right?
Right.
Well, I looked at that game. Once again, I watched, it's hard to discipline somebody unless you actually go and watch the game and see how it unfolds. And once again, Browns had a lot of turnovers. He had, it's like it's hard to discipline a guy when he's playing great defense and getting pick sixes. It's like he had like 4 fumbles. He had like 6 freaking turnovers or something like that in the game.
He had 9.
And then 9. So it's like you look at the games like that and you go, man, when you get 9 turnovers, it's it's hard to discipline a guy when the Madden is giving you the freaking raw end of the stick.
I get that. Now, did the Browns score in 2 minutes in that game? But when 2 minutes left in that game, did the Browns score?
I couldn't tell you because I'd have to go back and watch the game. I'm sure he's got it archived though.
I'll be honest, I don't think I did though, because I thought the rules after 2 minutes you ain't supposed to make any scores.
Right, I agree. So it depends. It depends on when the violation occurred and things like that.
All right, so let's cut to brass tacks. You're talking about the 3. He kicked it. I think Cletus kicked a 3-point field goal because he was over 17 and in the first quarter inside 2 minutes. Now, I guess you got to go back to our new rule that we just implemented.
Right.
You can start the fourth quarter and say it's 0-0, but you should have tapped out. I mean, I would have tapped out. If
right,
I'm
but everybody
plus points, I'm not wasting my time anymore.
So,
if I am playing, I'm going to go and I'm going to ground and pound. I'm going to chew clock, and I'm not going to give him another opportunity to add any more stats to his game.
Go ahead, Dre. What you gonna say? What you gonna say?
No, I was just saying now. So if I offer to concede and they don't take it, it's kind of like I could do whatever I want. I guess up till the 2 minutes.
Basically,
it's back to 0-0, baby.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
It's as if you go.
I'm just making sure that's the rule because like I'll be honest, even like if I was in Dolph's position and somebody's beating me like 66-7. In my mind, I'm thinking to myself, like, well, maybe I got a young receiver that I need work on.
Yes.
I might be force feeding the regardless of what picks I get. I know the game is over. I'm like, you know what? If I can get him Rookie of the Year, Pro Bowl, something, I said, let me just work on this one guy. I'm 66 down. I might as well try to get somebody good out of it.
So with that being said, what you just said, Dre. So if he continues to play, you're telling me that, well, not you specifically, but other people in the league say I should nail the ball 4 times. So what everybody's saying is I should waste my time sitting there for, another like 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, just to waste my damn time while he's just stat padding.
Right, that would
No, even Cletus. Listen, all right, so let's do this. According to the new rule, technically, did you violate the new rule? No. Right? So according to the new rule, you did not violate the new rule. Let's put that out there. Just to answer that direct quote, even when I've been up 30-something plus points, I didn't nail the ball 4 times. I just got close as I could to the end zone, and I just nailed and I punted it. You know what I'm saying? So
you could ask young Dolph, I punched in more touchdowns late in the 4th. I could have. I ran them out of bounds.
Sure.
Right.
I came out, done a fucking fullback dive. I nailed the ball. Like,
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. According to the new rule, technically you did not, there's no violation there. If that's, you know what I'm saying? Being that we just heard the new rule and you offered a chance to concede. So my only issue is this, right? And here's the catch-20. Here's the gray area in that. If I offer this man to concede, or whoever, and he doesn't concede, am I then now penalized because I have amazing stats after that? Can one of you 3 answer that?
No.
So
no, that's the point. To me, that's the point of the rule. We wanted to give people an opportunity because here's the thing. We had the guy from Eagles quit. Freaking Ty made him quit. Ty, you're on the box, man. You made him quit. Right. Because you had some amazing freaking stats, and he was like tapping out. He tapped out in the freaking 3rd quarter or something. It's beginning of the 3rd quarter or something. And so it's like, we wanted to give those guys an opportunity that says, man, I don't want to get brutalized anymore. This isn't helping my gameplay any, getting pounded. So, but at the same time, if somebody's wanting to say, yeah, you know what, I want to work on my stats. I want to work on this stuff. Well, guess what, man? Okay, well, let's not waste these guys' time. These owners' time that spend a lot of time trading, drafting, scouting, all this time. They want to be able to, make their guys good. Hey, man, the gloves are off.
Okay.
We're trying to give you an opportunity to tap out. But if not, man, we're going to choke you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I say, I don't.
Pray, take it easy, man.
Yeah, thank you for joining the show, man. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Jay.
I'm glad y'all invited me on the league. I'm glad you cleared up that rule. Because if I'm beating anybody bad by the 4th quarter, they don't concede. They catch a fire. I'm gonna tell you that now.
That's it, man. Take it down, baby. Throw some gas on that fire.
All right, but y'all good luck on y'all season. Y'all enjoy. I'll holler at y'all.
All right, Dre. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. So go ahead, Bill. Back to, so just so we clarify this, moving forward right now, that's
the rule. I mean, it's pretty clear in the rule book.
So this is what we're saying. 4th quarter, I offer you to concede.
Now, here's the caveat to that. Maybe it's a close game. Okay? Maybe it's a close game and nobody, you're not, it's what we would call a blowout. And you get into that 4th quarter and you get up by 17, and now it's like, you're inside the 2 minutes. You shouldn't score. you shouldn't score because you never gave the guy an opportunity to tap out. You're not Pat Stadden, but guess what? 17 came from, we didn't just think of 17 points. It took a while for us to come up to 17 points. That is, that's 17 is a pretty significant number because it's basically 2 scores and 2 2-point conversions. It's over that.
It's a 3 possession game at 17.
Yeah, right, exactly. So if somebody actually has to, because you could think about this, within 2 minutes, somebody gets a pick 6 and 2-point conversion, an onside kick and a 2-point conversion, guess what? You're tied. You're right back in the game. So that's where that came from. It wasn't, we talked about this for a while. 17 was the number. I don't know. And is this going to ever, here's the thing. Will this ever happen again? I hope not, because you know what? Our user skills in this league are beyond most leagues in Madden. I'm just saying that. Young Dolph, he got some stuff going on. Shout out to him. I hope everything's good, man. He's got his mind elsewhere. Maybe something's going on that he, but there's definitely some ways to deal with this. And most of our users, you're not going to get blown out like that. I mean, come on. This is a real league. This is a real league.
Also, to add on to it, because someone did post in the chat saying that, we're abusing power and stuff. If you look at when that rule was made, it was made before the season even began. So the fact of the matter that, the rule was already out there. It was put inside the announcements, the main chat, everywhere for everybody to see. The fact of the matter that nobody took the opportunity to look at it, that isn't our fault. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Prime example, and we pretty much answered it last night when Ty was playing in Philadelphia. Philadelphia, paused the game, asked, can I go for it on 4th down, first quarter, on your side of the ball? He had no clue. At times, I feel as if a lot of people don't take the opportunity to actually, take the time to look at the rules, to see if anything's updated. And I know for a fact that Bill posted it in the announcements, all the new rule changes. There were 4 or 5 different things that, the commish chat, brought up, talked about, and ended up voting on.
Yeah, that's fair to say. I mean, that's fair to say. People probably haven't read the rules and things like that. Again, but prior to this rule changing, and that's no way a fault of the admins, but the mindset and the culture has already been built, and that's what made it an issue. Again, the fact a lot of people who probably complaining that probably hadn't read that rule. You know what I'm saying? They probably didn't read the rule.
I want to wrap this up because I've had a few different people in the chat hit me up on DMs like, can we move on? And we have spent a lot of time on it, but I do want to say this in closing. The actual rules weren't broken. Ronnie posted them in the chat. They've been posted there. You're able to reread it. Now, can you say that Cletus maybe wasn't the best sport? You can argue that. Can you say that Cletus didn't need to continue to score at a certain point? You can say that. But what you can't say is that he did anything that broke the rules that merits he should have been suspended or punished. Those that want that and those that are calling for it, it's a personal axe they have to grind. But they can't mistake that for there is impartiality. If anything, I've said this a lot to the other admins. Sometimes it's a disadvantage being an admin because there are plenty of times I play people and they break rules against me. And typically some of the rules they break against me lead to them winning a game. But I often feel like I can't say nothing because then it's going to be perceived that I'm just salty. So a lot of times as an admin, we actually have to take the short end of the stick on that, which nobody sees. And I could name several instances that's happened to me. But I don't even say nothing. I just take it on the chin and go, I'm not going to say nothing because the reception is going to be he lost, so now he's complaining. So I eat it and I keep it quiet. I hit the person one-on-one. I DM them and say, hey, listen, not going to the other commissions, not going to the chat, but just so you know, you broke these rules right here. They say, okay, and we keep it moving.
Now, Ty, unfortunately, unfortunately, I mean, you do that because that's you personally, but unfortunately, you still have a job to do. So, you know, and the issue here with this whole thing is, and not like you say, not to drag it on, whether or not a rule violation has been broken, and if it's been broken, things should happen. So moving forward, I know you play a game and those things happen, and basically, if a violation has been broken against you, regardless of whatever your personal thing is, if it's been broken, bro, it should just be straight across the board. Whatever discipline needs to happen.
Oh, I agree, but again, think about this is all right now going on because there's a perception. So now, if somebody breaks a rule against me, I lose the game. I go to the admins. That person's punished. What do you think that perception is? So for the greater good of the league,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because ultimately at the end of the day, a rule was broken. Yes.
Yes.
Done.
But a rule wasn't even broken here, and we're having this conversation. So imagine if it was.
I get it. I get it. No, I'm saying I said that. That's why I say, yo, technically, due to the new rule, Cletus did not violate a rule. Again, it was only the perception because the mindset of never running up the score,
right?
It's been set. You know what I'm saying? And to see a 78 in a league where we say, yo, never allow the score to be ran up, it's like, yo, how do you justify it? And then who did it? The fact that you say, yo, 17, his fourth quarter, he offered to concede, he didn't concede, it's back to 0-0. Basically, what Bill is saying, until 2 minutes left, you don't need to score after that. Cool. The bad part of it is Cletus. And like you said, there's people attacking him, Green Bay owner, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a catch-22. It's like, you know, this is why we're having this whole conversation. So moving forward, the rule has been amended, changed. Everybody should know what that rule is. Any rule been breaking, any rule.
We're gonna call it the tie rule.
Yeah.
Hey man,
tie rule.
Yeah. So we're good with that. So moving forward, can I ask you guys something? While I got all three admins on the.
Hold on, Gates. Sorry to interrupt you. Ronnie, the commission's asking, could you hit him up with the invite so he can jump on?
Now we got all admin on this box. Let's do it. So while I got you three, and then possibly the Panthers on here. Talk to me about the position change, man. What ultimately led to that cornerbacks can't play safety? You know, what led to that? You know, to that final decision of why they can't switch and all that. I'm just curious to know why.
Who wants to take that one?
Okay. I'll jump in. The main reason why me personally, I'm so much against it, even though their speed drops, their coverage doesn't. And it doesn't like cost that much to upgrade tackle. So you're sitting there, let's say a safety being moved to linebacker, you're sitting there with the linebacker with 90 zone coverage and 85 man coverage. Which, in all reality, that's unrealistic.
Cletus, real quick.
Like, I don't know. Go ahead.
What's your safety zone and man and play rec and awareness?
Hey, Gates, I can actually answer this. The reason why I'm going to take this one is I was the last admin that fought the other admins.
Listen, Ty, yes, that question was really directed to you because me and you were with that.
I was, but I'm going to tell you why I actually gave up the fight. Because I have Janoris Jenkins. Janoris Jenkins is 31 right now. 90 speed, 91 man, 91 zone. It's only 2,800 points to upgrade his tackle. So when I thought about it, and I said, you know what? It would be kind of insane to have Aqib Talib, Janoris Jenkins, Dominique Rodgers, and all these guys running around there because their speed doesn't drop below 90. So in a way, even though I thought it was a good idea, it would have worked in the other Maddens because their speed regressed, and then it would have been a true liability. But in this Madden, to have Janoris Jenkins back there, 90 speed, 91 man, 91 zone.
Ty, so Ty, I know me and you spoke about that before when we talked about the speed threshold. If we can put limitations on it, if he was over 30 and his speed wasn't a certain number. So say, for example, I don't think a cornerback who still has 90 speed should play free safety or strong safety. If that cornerback, let's say like Josh Norman on the Redskins, who has like a 88, 87, 85, I think he still should be able to play safety. And that's what the league had did, even with Charles Woodson. That's how Charles Woodson got 5 more extra years in the league. They moved him to free safety because he digressed. I mean, Cletus, myself, Green Bay, and I think it's another safety. We all have 4 strong safeties with 99 or 90 plus zone and 80 plus man, 90 plus play rec, 90 plus awareness. So the Browns have a 93, 94 speed free safety. So it can't really be a speed thing when there's guys running around like that, or what Cleveland says there's a high zone, high play rec when he has one of the top 3 strong safeties in the league, along with myself.
Hey, what about Landon Collins?
Same thing.
Check that 99 man out. No.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So again, for me, I wanted to know what ultimately led that, because again, it could have been thresholds put on that where guy could have been like how it's done in the free agency. Like you can't bid on a guy, he has to get a certain type of a deal. Why couldn't that have been the same thing? Like, cornerback has to meet this criteria for him in order to play free safety or strong safety. Was that ever a consideration?
It wasn't with those parameters, but those parameters could be fair, and I guess it would have to be another discussion amongst the admin. But when we discussed it, we just talked about the conversion. And there are some free safeties, potentially, like my guy Janoris or Dominique, that could have been real freaks out there, and it might not have been the best for the gameplay. But with parameters, it could possibly be discussed. But you got the head guy on now, so you can get his thoughts on it.
Hey, I wanted to jump on real quick before we got too far off the subject on admins getting special treatment. Saw a couple things pop up in the chat. I haven't seen any abuse of authority. Also, the rule is clearly stated. And a little irony in what Ty said, we're all grown men. The fact that we're arguing over YouTube, over video games. The rules were put in place because, unfortunately, we all can't always be grown men. They weren't put in place to make everybody be, or to make the league fair and even. It's not a handicap. The rules were put in place for the simple fact to keep the people that are going to cheese and things like that out of it. But I do take it very personally when I hear that admins are getting special treatment. I myself have been punished, had players sit down. From the get-go, the admin team has always had the highest integrity. If they choose to go through new gates to voice themselves, it's by their choice, not because they've been told they can't speak. Everybody here, I said it last week, I'll say it again. When y'all speak, we listen, we try to make changes, we discuss them. Sometimes we get outvoted, sometimes we don't get our way as admins. That's why we have more than one. So right now, the witch hunt, the rules weren't violated. Go back to the rules section, read the rules on running up the score. Unfortunately, maybe that rule was too small. Maybe it was not, encompassing enough of everything, but it has worked for years. And now maybe we're to a point we need to readdress that rule. If that's the case, fine. But that rule that was in place falls under the 2-minute area about scoring.
Yeah, because that rule you speak on isn't the rule anymore. So it's a new rule.
It is the rule. It's right on Daddy Leagues. It is absolutely right on Daddy Leagues. That rule has not been changed. No admin has voted on changing that rule. The rule has not been changed. So if basically for everybody to understand what goes on in the league and what's expected in the league, go to Daddy Leagues, read the rules section. If it's in there, if it's in the game, it's in the game. As far as Daddy Leagues goes. If it's not, maybe we need to address it. That's what we count on all 32 owners to come back and say, hey, Pius sent me an idea today for the rules. I told him I'll bring it up. We'll discuss it. If it makes it pass, it'll be a rule. It won't go into next season because, like I said last week, we normally try to put rules in at the beginning of seasons. So we, understandably, we don't like to do it in the middle of a season. But the rule states scoring under 2 minutes with a 17-point lead, and your opponent has clearly conceded defeat. That that's it. I didn't go back and look at the game. Clearly, a lot of people didn't. Bill had a good breakdown of the game. But unfortunately, we are on a winch hunt. And unfortunately, I also think it took a lot away from this week's show because we are griping like children over the score of a video game.
I mean, to each his own, man. I mean, it's hard when you get it's not for to you address it. You know what I'm saying? And
well, I understand, but understand this: every one of those guys, if they have a complaint, the best way to bring that complaint is to an admin, and that way we can look at it and say, "Hey, guys, you know what? This is the overall feeling of the league. Maybe we should address a rule change on this.
Sure.
Maybe we'll put it out. You know, like I said, Paya brought up a decent rule, which I'll take to the admin team, or a decent idea rule that I'll take to the admin team. But if everybody just goes, if it's just backdoor talking about it, a lot of times it doesn't make it to us until it sounds like just a witch hunt. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I understand that. And this is why, and Bill can attest to it. I reached out to him, did I not, Bill, and said, "Yo, I want you on the show."
Yeah, hey, let me jump in here real quick because the player conceding, that's the big thing. And I'm going to go back to my notes here because I watched the game. And here he is, the Dolphins, running hurry-up offense with 0.18 seconds of the game left.
That's not conceding defeat.
That's not conceding. I mean, obviously, he's never going to win the game down that long. But he's not.
That's not the definition of conceding.
He's not tapping out, and maybe it's a UFC rule. If you're going to tap out, you're going to tap out. I understand. You know what? Hey, I get it. You want to get stats, but at the same time, there's got to be somewhere where you say, "Hey, listen, shut up and play, baby. Shut up and play."
I get it. So I mean, listen, it's no. We passed it. I'm over it.
Next.
Yeah. So look, Psycho, I got you on here. Do you seeing the Bucks win? How does that make you feel about the division now? Do you feel like I'm off my game? Does that motivate you? Think you're now inspired to take the division?
No, I don't feel like you're off your game. I feel like you got exactly what I told you you're gonna get.
No,
okay.
I told you you're gonna go 2-2. So now to prove me right, you gotta win against Paya. To prove me wrong, you gotta go 1-3.
Yeah, that's fine. I just want to know how does your mindset now feel about how you feel about the division? Do you still feel like I got it now? Gates just lost.
No, I never feel like I got it. I feel like I'm gonna earn it.
No, okay.
Yeah, I've never felt like I got anything. I always earn everything. But to be honest with you, I'm not sleeping on you. I know you changed up your playbook this year. I did see you go into. I did watch the game with the Bucks. You went back to some old plays there. Try to get back in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're adjusting to your new playbook. I think you'll settle down.
Yeah. All right. Just was curious. I know you were looking like, oh man, you're gonna go 2-2, and I know you want me to.
I told you were going 2-2.
Yeah, and I know you want me to.
You act like I was surprised.
No, not that. No, not. I was surprised. What you talking about?
No, I told you.
Listen, man, I would have bet my house on that game yesterday. What you talking about?
I told you last weekend you're going 2-2.
Listen, I would have bet my house. All right, listen. I walked right in the door, mad knowing, go. You know what I'm saying? No, nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool.
Don't do that. Don't walk through the door, Madden on, and say, bet my house. No. Never say.
Yeah. Don't go home Madden and don't go to bed mad.
Yeah.
Now you guys know.
I got a spare room if you need one, though.
Hey, and now you guys all know what we experience on the West Coast. Hey, I can't stay up this late time. If you don't play this time, it's now or never. Well, damn, man, I kind of had to take a crap. I'm hungry. I'm cold. I done worked 13 hours. But let me hop on the game real quick and get it in.
Hey, Ty, we can't help y'all live over there in a third world country.
Hey, man. Hey, remember the sun sets here.
But remember, it comes up over here.
West side? No.
Cletus, man, you've been quiet, man. What can I expect from you this year?
Cletus! He's sleeping. Hey, we had a guy from Finland once in our league, and I was playing at 1 o'clock, 2 in the morning to play that guy. It was crazy. Yeah.
So we got a couple undefeated teams, man. Well, I mean, it's still too early, but The Eagles are 3-0. Ty, how you feel about the Eagles being 3-0?
The Eagles is, you said this before too. The Eagles is a good player. That was a really interesting game they didn't play yesterday. It came down to the wire. I felt like I jobbed on the call at the end of the game, but it is what it is. That's the nature of the game. So I'm not going to say I lost the game because of that call. It just is what it is. It was 35-28. I was on the red zone, 4th and 1. I had no timeouts. I had about, 14 seconds left. Hit Evan Ingram on a drag across the middle of the field. He caught the ball, got both feet down. They said he was out of bounds. I didn't have timeouts to review it. It didn't get reviewed, game over. But he's a solid player. He plays really smart. He threw a ton of out routes, which are bitch to stop. He mixed in some good run game. His defense was okay. I think he's a solid addition. He's definitely solid.
Hey, Cletus, you there?
Yeah.
Who you see as a threat to you this year in the AFC? Still the Chiefs, Raiders? Who you got?
Obviously Chiefs, because he's had my number like this, Madden. Both times I made it to the playoffs, he knocked me out. Except for when Candy was here. But yeah, I mean Chiefs definitely, and Raiders, he plays close. And then of course Jags. Yeah. The past 2 times me and Jacksonville played, it came down to the very last play of the game.
Okay, so we'll see how that Jack's 2-1. He's undefeated. He's still Super Bowl winner, AFC champion. So of course you got to put him up top. I think he already beat the Raiders once, so that's interesting. Let's see. Psycho, I actually spoke to the Saints man. He said you don't have his number. And expect to lose both of these games this year in the division.
Well, hey, I wish you the best. That's all I can say.
Hey, when's that game going off, man? You guys are like one of the last of the Mohicans.
Waiting on him. He couldn't play this morning. He had to work, so I think he gets off around 5.
Yeah, he should be getting off in like an hour. He's an hour behind East Coast time, so he should be getting off at that.
I think he gets off at 5. I got a message into him. He'll get.
Okay, well I got you guys on here. Let's do the next week's winners. Next week's schedule. Week 4. Let me see. We got Bears and Vikings. Who you guys got?
Vikings.
Yeah, Vikings.
Yeah, Vikes are too strong, man.
Cletus, Bears and Vikings.
Vikings. I played Creasy. Creasy is a good user. Not taking anything from Chicago, but again, Creasy's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Vikings as well.
Yeah, I just played him last week. He's pretty tough.
Yeah, we got the Bills who are surprisingly 2-1, and the 49ers.
Ooh.
Yeah, I played the Niners in week 1. I think he's going to be too much with Buffalo. I think he's going to bring Buffalo back down to earth.
You know what? I agree with that. I like what Bills is doing, and I know he was fired up in the chat last night with the calling underdog, but I don't know. I think low-key, 49ers plays a lot like his brother, and I think he's going to catch Bills off guard.
Yeah, I'm going to go with 49ers. I think his user skills are better than Bills, and that gives him the edge in that. Is that it? We got Chargers and the Broncos.
You know what? Chargers was playing some good ball. I think that loss to Buffalo kind of grounded him and brought him back to reality a little bit. Him and Doc always play each other tough. They play each other all the time. But I think Chargers has gotten significantly better on offense. So I'm going to go with San Diego.
Yeah, hey, I tell you what, I go 49ers on the previous week, and I'll go Doc this time. I think he put some nice pieces in place over the offseason. And I think Doc got a little more than the Chargers is ready. But, hey, it's going to be a pick 'em. All those league games, man, anytime you play somebody multiple times, I mean, just like Gates, you played the Bucks multiple times, and they get to know you intimately, and they know how to play you. So it's always a pick 'em in those games.
Peter, so
I'm saying Doc. I think Doc is doing some good things in Denver with the acquisition of my boy Robbie Anderson. I think Doc.
Psycho, who you got? Chargers or
San Diego, you get serious on that trade, and I'll pull for you. Until then, Doc.
I'm gonna go with the Chargers, man. They already played once, I think, for week 1. We won by 10. I think some guys just have other guys' numbers, man. I don't think the Chargers has Doc's number, even though he did 2 pieces. I don't think it's gonna be enough. So I'm gonna go with the Chargers. And we got Colts in Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Jags for sure.
Yeah, Jacksonville's chomping at the bit in the chat. He wants us to talk about Earl Thomas and his new scheme, so he's pretty fired up. I can't see him dropping his game.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything because he just kicked my ass.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty easy one. Then we have Redskins and Cowboys. Moondogs 0-3.
Redskins.
Skins.
That's some miracle happens and
Yeah.
don't show up.
HTTR.
Yeah.
Like WAP doesn't show up and he gets to play the CPU.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I meant by that exactly. That's pretty easy. Then we got the Cardinals and the Dolphins. They're both 0-3. Somebody has to win.
Considering the half-hour conversation, I'm gonna have to go with the Cardinals.
Yeah, Cardinals by far.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Cards going in. What, he lost against the CPU?
Cardinals are 0-2. It says I don't know.
Oh, he was playing. He was up last time I looked. He was playing Suna. Suna tapped out. He was CPU against Suna, but he was up when I seen. So he's probably probably.
Yeah, he won.
Okay, so he 1-2. Okay.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Then we got the 3-0 Bengals against the 0-3. 3-0 Eagles against the 0-3 Bengals.
Eagles just plays pretty crisp.
You got to be 4-0 before you can be 16-0. And now I'm kind of wondering. He's not going to run the gamut. That's all I got to say. He's not going 16-0 in this league. But he's going to go 4-0.
Okay, yeah. I think the Bengals are still working out their team. I was spoken to him this season. Eagles look like they're on a roll right now. And he wants to prove something, so I'll go with him 4-0. Right, so you got Eagles. Okay. Cletus Eagles. Okay. We got myself versus Green Bay.
Well, that's an interesting matchup.
Yes.
Are you going to prove me right or are you going to prove me wrong?
You tell me. you tell me.
Hey, I picked you to go 2-2.
So then I got to go 2-2.
I just didn't think you're going to lose to the Bucs.
Right.
So now I think you're going to go 1-3.
Okay. Please, what you got?
I got to go Paya. Paya has a hot hand from last year.
Cool. Bill, who you got?
I'm going upset. I don't even hate to say. How did that come out of my mouth? Upset. Guy that's freaking been in the playoffs
right
in the league. I think he can get Paya because I think he got some things that can stymie Paya's the way he wants to run his offense and defense. I think he got little wrinkles up in there. I'll steal something from the Jags. You got some wrinkles.
Ty, who you got, Ty?
Oh boy, this is a tough one, but somebody in the chat said it. I mean, on this group right here, and I kind of agree with it. I think Paya's got the hot hand right now. I think his game has transitioned to another level to where you don't see him imploding and shoot himself in the foot no more. And he's just been impressive to me for the last season, and it's going to be a close game. I'm not sure why you stumbled twice, Gates. I'm going to go with Paya.
Woo!
4-0, right? 4-0 Paya.
There's some motivation.
Yeah. Cool.
So is Gates on that list?
If
If he loses to Paya, does he get on the list? That's the question.
I originally said no, but on behalf of the Jags, Gates, sir, you just made the list.
I think if I lose to Green Bay and I lose my next game, I go 1-4. Oh yeah, you put me on that list. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, why do you get to go 1-4 before you're on the list?
Because 3 losses for me isn't. I mean, I'll take the list. That's fine. I'll take the motivation. That's fine.
I didn't put you on the list. I'm just passing along the word.
Yeah. First year I lost what? I didn't lose that many games. Second year I only lost 2. 1 was a sim loss. So 3 this year for me. I guess that will put me on the list, right? I'm in some type of decline. That's fine. I'll accept that. Comes with the territory.
Fly high, crash hard.
Well, keep in mind what the list is too. Like, all jokes aside, it's get it together. It's not you suck and you're garbage. It's like you're not yourself right now. Like, you got some loose ends you got to tie up.
Yeah. Now, speaking of that, Ty, you have Seahawks. Ty has Seahawks next week. Got real quiet. What do y'all think about Seahawks and the Giants?
I'm going.
Yeah, man. I think.
So,
Ty's good, man. Ty's good, but I think Seahawks he made some moves. He's got some pieces there. It's going to be tough for Ty to pull this one out. Look at that, man. Service.
Hey, man. Thank you.
We're hungry too.
They said they're hungry. Again, so my apologies, fellas. Haven't practiced media training. You know, they just walk in. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go, man. First of all, Ty, who's starting? Let's talk about it, man. I know you don't want to talk about the Giants, but you made a post giving Webb the nod, and then week 1, the rookie comes in. I found a cool meme. I thought about 6 interceptions. I don't know who started this week. Did the rookie start again?
I've started him all 3 games. I don't know if you've seen his other 2 games. He was 350 yards yesterday, 3 TDs and a touchdown. 3 TDs and a pick. The game before they had 2 TDs and a pick, so he's only had 2 picks in the last 2 games.
That's good. I just want to know who's the starter.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick with the rookie for a little bit.
I think stat wise, I would too. Rating wise, I would. I think that you have this team, but the rookie hasn't developed it all the way yet. I'm gonna go with Seahawks. I'm going to Seahawks. I think it'll be a good game though. Definitely be a good test for you and test for this rookie.
Yes, you know what? I wasn't gonna give a prediction because I don't like to give a prediction for my games, but you know what? I'm gonna beat Boom.
Say it again. One more time. Say it again.
I'm gonna beat Boom.
What?
I'm gonna beat. Well, I'm gonna tell you why. Because I haven't beaten Boone in quite a while. I've probably lost about the last 5 I played. They've always been tough. They've always been close. His use is fantastic. I just think I'm due. And I think I need to stay away from certain things. I think the rookie's coming along. I think it's going to be a close game, but I'm not going to give him the normal couple of picks he's used to that gives him the edge over me. I don't think this game. I think I'll pull it out.
Power to you, baby.
Hey, I gotta listen. Y'all pick 4 against me. We pick 4 against you. We both got something to prove this week.
Yeah.
Panthers and the Bucks. Listen to me.
Your corner, man.
Panthers and the Bucks. I'm gonna tell you right now. Bucks is on such a high right now that he beat me. Psycho, I don't know if you're gonna match his level of intensity. I think I'm gonna go with you overall to win. But understand he's on all of the drugs right now. Whatever drugs ever been invented, he's on it. I mean, he is hyped off this win.
I think he watched the show last week. I think he listened to what I said. He got away from his original game plan. He got away from his comfort zone. If you go back and watch your game, he got back into that. And he played the game he needed to play. I know he's going to come. He's going to play tough. So am I, though.
Yeah. Clear. So you got Panthers or Bucks?
I got Panthers. I think the Bucks are going to be still living it up on that win on you, and I think that's going to be his downfall.
Cool. I like that. What you got, Bill? What you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Panthers. You know, I think Ronnie's got a little bit of his mojo back. You know, he's been out for, you know, he took a whole season off, and it takes a while to get back into it. So just look out, man. He's got a little bit of stuff in his bag too, little tricks in the bag as well.
I still got your number, Bill.
No comment.
I think
not this year.
Hey, I beat you earlier, like season 2.
Yeah, there you go. All right, that was so long ago.
We got let's see, we got Patriots and the Jets. I mean, this week is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
You know what? Quiet now because Cletus is on here. Don't get quiet.
No. You know what's funny? You know who Cletus reminds me of? Cletus reminds me of New England in real life. That evil empire everybody loves to hate, but every time they're slighted or every time there's a controversy, they seem to rally around that and they come out with this me against the world. I got a point to prove. I know he still feels bad blood towards Strong from last season. I know he's got a lot of shit in the chat today about his controversy. I think he's looking forward to taking that out on Strong. I got the Jets.
I called him Cletus Belichick last week on the show. He's got that he just brings out the worst in people. But yeah, I say Cletus is going to win a close one.
Bill, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go Cletus too. I mean, I think Brady was, you know, you lose a guy, and I'm not saying that the Pats' new quarterback isn't going to be great. I just don't think the first year taking over the helm, he's there yet. I think you're talking, you're trying to replace the GOAT. I'm sorry, Paya. But, that's going to be tough to overcome, especially, when you got the Jets that are coming off that 78-point thing we discussed for an hour. He's got his D going. He's got his O going. It's going to be tough, man. But, hey, you know what? It's one of those divisional games. They play each other all the time, man. It could be a pickle, man. But I'm going with Cletus this time.
Tyler, who you going with?
I gave mine, brother.
Oh, my bad. Well, that's on me. I'm going Patriots, man. I think we talked about Cletus so much. Don't give me that face, Cletus, man. I mean, he beat. Listen, he's about to do for one more. He's about to do for one more win against you. I think it'll be early on. We talked about you so much, about you scoring all these points and doing all this. Maybe that makes you conservative this game. And
bring him back to earth, Patriots. Come on, Strong. Bring him back down to earth.
I think he has one more chance to beat you, Cletus, and I think it'll be early. I think it'll be now, and this week, and then from there you beat him the other 2 times. One more time in the season and possibly in the playoff.
I respect that.
I'm gonna go with Patriots this game. I like it.
Just keep in mind, his quarterback ain't Brady.
And he's actually pretty high on that kid track too. And asked that we speak on him in the chat.
He looked good
about accuracy. Yeah,
he looked good. He went 13-16 one game or something like that. He had some pretty decent stats. He's not Brady, but he looked decent.
Hey, Gates, you never gave
his quarterback rating. You got his quarterback rating.
So what?
Was it the Patriots quarterback rating?
The Pats quarterback rating.
I'll tell you right now.
Hey, Gates, you never gave a prediction for your game against Fire. I just thought about that. I didn't get your take on what's going to happen.
I'm going to go with me every time. Ain't even a question. It's with me every time. I know that's how I approach every game. It ain't going to change for me.
And I just want to say right now, as you guys can see them at work, so there's certain people, I'm not going to say no names, that I see drinking beers and stuff, man. I feel away right now. I'm sitting here drinking water. You guys are drinking.
Hey, like I said, Ty, not my fault you live in that third world country.
Right. Hey, Bill, his quarterback's overall is 78, but he has 81 accuracy, 81 short, 81 medium, 83 deep.
Hey, did y'all recover from that hurricane yet? You call this third world country?
What
I'm saying, I think
we drink more beer and you know, power's off for a day or two.
Hey, you know what though, Ronnie?
I'm just gonna say, I think my rookie's better than that. Just saying.
Your rookie's better than Patriots rookie?
No, I'm just saying. I think if you look at my rookie stats, he's freaking pretty good, man. But
he is better.
But you know, the problem there is the user. So
yeah, it's the organized chaos. It's hard to run that type of scheme.
I keep running it, baby. Yeah, I'll run it down your throat.
Yeah. All right, so we got
I'm trying to.
We got Raiders and the Saints. Raiders are 1-2. I think he took a computer. Did he lose 2 games?
No, Broncos Doc just beat them yesterday. His CPU 20-17, I think.
Oh, okay. Saints are 0-2, maybe 0-3 today.
Yeah, and I think Pats is gonna try. I seen him in the chat earlier. He wants to play the Chiefs CPU because they're wedding. Hey, shout out to the Chiefs! Woo! Yeah. Don't do it. Say no. But it ain't gonna happen.
Right.
Enjoy your life, man. Hey, treat it right. That's all I got to say. Treat it right, man. Woo!
Ravens and the Steelers. Well, we got Ravens and Steelers. I'm going with Ravens. I'm going with Ravens.
I'm going Pittsburgh.
You know what? That's gonna be a tough one. I'm going with Pittsburgh too. I think Bill's got a point to prove.
I'm gonna have to split this. I'll just go with the Ravens. He's got Cam now. Let's see how he does with him.
Screenshot.
Then we got the 2-1 Texans versus the 2-0 Titans. I didn't even know Texans were 2-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. They showed up.
Who you guys going with?
I'm gonna go.
I got Titans.
Real quiet.
I think he's due. He's been, I think this is the season he's gonna do something.
Yeah, I'll go. I'm gonna go with Texans. I think Clowney is a problem, and again, if he rallies around and uses J.J. Watt because he loves using defensive linemen and let Clowney be great, he can still win this game. So I'm gonna go with Texans. He's about due. Like you said, it's like he's about due for some wins and a turnaround. Why not this season?
You know what? I'm gonna go with Texans too. Those two always play each other tough. I know they got like a little bit of a rivalry going already, and I watch their games all the time, and they're always pretty close. I know Texas does feel like he's a point to prove. I think he's gotten better on offense, and I think he's actually making plays on defense outside of Clowney. I'm gonna go with Texans.
I'll go with Texans as well.
Please, who you got?
Titans. I think Tennessee might be, in their groove.
Cool. That's all week 4. Week 4 picks. Is there anything else you guys want to get off? Speak on.
I want to go back to your 2 losses.
Let's do it.
No. I wanted to ask Gates because I didn't get to watch the Bucks game, and I didn't get to see. I seen a good portion of the Boom game, so I just wanted to hear from Gates, not on some funny clowning shit. Like what do you think it's just? What do you think is going on right now in terms of? It's not like you lose back-to-back games. Is it the new playbook? Is it? I've heard you mention luck hasn't been on for you. Is it? The luck of the draw and playing familiar opponents. What would you say right now you think needs work, and what would you say has led to those back-to-back?
So for me, it's been a combo of things. I think Boone, the familiarity with me and Boone playing all the time, helped. When you play a guy like that so many times, for some odd reason, man keeps wanting us to play every time. Neither one of us really don't change up our scheme. We play the same scheme. That has an effect, and for me, to lose that game was he ran the ball. Same thing with the Bucks. They got so many rushing yards on me. I think we both ever had over 150.
And that's uncharacteristic.
Yeah, in which last year I never gave up even 100 yards last year, except for on the sim loss.
Keep talking.
So I need to figure out why the run has been an issue these last couple games for me. And then to be honest with you, man, I got Luck, but I haven't really liked Luck. I've been trying to hide this scar with Luck because he's been missing a lot of throws that Matt Ryan was normally making. You know, fortunately, he's been making more consistent good throws than bad throws. I need to figure out why is that happening? Is it because I'm not moving around in the pocket enough? Is he aging somewhere? Something like that. On defense,
we need to get Devontae Freeman more involved because I mean you have.
Yeah, I went super pass heavy.
What's that?
And if you notice, I put Coleman in sometimes. I put Freeman in. I really haven't set myself on a one-star feature back. I like Freeman. His stats are so good. It's hard not to have him on the field. But when I run with him versus Coleman feels more elusive, more agile. I like the way Coleman runs, but Freeman breaks a lot more tackles. So I've been trying to use them both, and I've been neglecting the run, man. And I probably need to get back to the fundamentals and the basics. So
that's why I asked you that because I know that you have that weapon there, and I don't see that.
And then this new playbook,
pasting is opposed to pounding and grounding with them.
Yeah. And then this new playbook too, man. Is like, it's so many. I put so many different formations, and it's like, which one do I use at this moment? Which one do I use at that moment? If I lose this game in the game of Green Bay, then I'll probably just go back to my regular stock playbook and then just get back to winning, and then bring back out the custom playbook or something in the playoffs.
Jax just wanted to let you know that Fournette did put a 163 on you.
That was last year. Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
I think D Jackson in that last game had over 102, but it's still uncharacteristic though.
Yeah, that's what I said. And Boone put up. I had Rawls shut down, and then all of a sudden he breaks 2 long runs. And I text Boone like, "Yo, I was setting on my defense. You caught me on a defense alignment, and you broke them 2 long runs." So I mean, it seems like this year we're having an issue with the run. I don't know if it's a Miles Jack thing. Maybe he don't want to tackle on the run. Whatever. But I need to.
Age.
Yeah, I need to look into that. Especially, I'm gonna have to deal with Green Bay and all his juking this week, and I'm really looking forward to that. And then, but we'll see.
Well, and since we're asking things like that, Ronnie, I know you was real high on your rookie. You was so high on him, you traded Cam, which I know as a dire Panther fan, that wasn't easy for you. Have you liked what you seen from the rookie in the first 3 games?
Yeah, honestly, first game, threw 6 interceptions. There's a little learning curve with a new quarterback. Some completions Cam could make or some passes Cam could make. You try to fit stuff in. Wasn't there with the rookie. Had to scale him back a little bit. But, once I got used to him, yeah, I'm happy with him.
Have you been able to get the ball out to more of your weapons? I know that Gates has spoken with you about being primarily Jonathan Stewart. Like that was the joke Gates used to tell me is that Stewart was like 100 years old and he knew what to expect. But have you been able to get the ball out? I know you wanted to air it out a little more.
Oh yeah. We've got pretty balanced offense now. I don't, I know some games have been played and I haven't played my week 3, but I think yardage wise, I think we were 5th in the league this, coming into week 3 and yardage. So yeah, we're starting to blossom a little bit on offense.
Good.
Yeah. Now, hey, real quick, I know that Jack put in the chat. You wanted me? It's time for me to move away from Luck. I thought about that, looked at that, but there's no, because I get so far in the season, I can't get a top pick to get a good quality quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
You have to figure them out.
Yeah, right. It's like I almost have to lose a whole season to get a good quarterback, and I'm not willing to do that and sit up here and talk trash and all that. Good Lord, I lost 2 games. I can only imagine if I don't make the playoffs the whole season.
We'll roast your ass.
Right. It'd be a whole owner's box roast.
Hey, if you want to know what it is, Gates, it's what I got last season. So since we're asking all the owners about their team, I have a Cletus question. Cletus, you had probably double-digit draft picks this year. I know you had 5 first-rounders. I know that raised a lot of eyebrows, and that was an earlier controversy. Have you been able to deploy any of those first-round draft picks and seen any dividends from them? Like, how are they looking on your team?
Yeah, what do you call it? The wide receiver that I picked up? Like, dude's a stud. I was surprised they lasted so long in the draft, just for a simple fact he had a story. He had the fastest 40, and game one, he had more rushing yards than, my halfback. And then this last game, DeAndre Cox, he was the 5th overall draft pick for me. He actually put up big numbers when it came to a run. But right now, Sherrard Wright, that kid's a monster. Like, he's good stuff, and then filled up some spots on the offensive line. And the team looks solid.
Hey, Cletus, I want you to know, man, I had that receiver on my draft board, but my first round pick, when I got the pick, they picked the fullback. And I don't understand why my team did that. Dude, I looked to see where that receiver went. He went to your team that late. I was like, how did he get that? What?
Well, yeah, he did go prior to your pick.
Yeah, I had that happen previous draft. I had, matter of fact, in the second round of the previous draft, Cletus wound up drafting the wide receiver. I had number 1 on my board. My first pick was in the second round, and they took a quarterback, which is now in Hamilton, which is now in Jacksonville.
Jags.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm not 100% convinced the draft boards work.
Yeah. Now I know I can't miss a draft and try to get a pick higher than Cletus's. So that's my new off-season strategy.
And
good luck.
I asked all the other owners about their team, so I got one for you. I know Gates, me and him would laugh and joke about, I know Gates thought it was time to move on from Roethlisberger. You did. You got a rookie. You said earlier you felt he was more effective than Trato in New England. I know Le'Veon's getting up there. How's your new offense coming along? What do you think about the rookie? And is it still organized confusion, or do we have the foundation blocks for, a new offense?
Yeah, I'd like to talk about that because, I got Le'Veon Bell's out for 5 weeks. He took an injury in the first game.
Bill, out of curiosity?
What's that?
How old is Le'Veon, out of curiosity?
I think he's 28. Okay. So he's still got some life left in him. He's good, man. I mean, I'm solid for at least a couple seasons. But yeah, there's definitely going to be some. I got to, look in the draft the next couple seasons and see about a replacement for him. I picked up, Washington free agency. Man, the guy, dude's a workhorse. I can't complain. So there was that. But at the same time, I can't just put my whole offense on that rookie quarterback. Nobody can. I mean, it's the reality of NFL. Nobody brings in an NFL rookie in except for maybe the Eagles, and does well. You gotta like kind of groom them a little bit. I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm hoping to make the playoffs. I really am. I mean, I'm 2-1. I'm hoping to make the playoffs. I'm gonna go run heavy, obviously, and when I get Le'Veon back, I feel a little bit more comfortable about run heavy, and take my play action shots when I can.
Ty, how much? Since we're doing team questions, who's the number 1 on your team? Do you still run your offense through Jackson, or do you let this rookie try to figure it out? And
I asked you, why do you think you had 2 losses out of 3 games? You told me, so I'll tell you what's kind of going on with me. Literally, what Ronnie said made me laugh because his prized rookie had 6 picks in his first game, and so did mine, exactly 6. But in the next 2 games, the second game he was good. He wasn't flashy. This third game he kind of broke out. I think I have a few things that's going on my end. My center, Weston Richburg, 90 overall, got hurt. So I had to move my 90 overall tackle from the left to the center. So I've got kind of a young rookie out on the left. Jackson hasn't rushed for over 60 yards in any of his 3 games. So I've kind of had to put a little bit more on the rookie, which isn't ideal, like Bill just said. So I'd really like to see Jackson get up and run it. I get my center back in a week or 2, unfortunately, after the Boone game. So I've got to be smart and creative. I think I kind of have the same issue that I said Bill has. I have Odell freaking Beckham Jr., and I have to figure out ways to make him more of a superstar playmaker week in and week out as opposed to just sporadically. I mean, I did it during the Eagles, and I think I just need to start forcing some shots up to him, especially if he's got one-on-one. I got to believe that guy's going to come down with some aggressive catches. I'd like to stretch the field a little bit more vertically. I got to get Jackson going, and then I just got to continue to work with the rookie, and then hopefully we can win some games and turn it around.
So question, when again last year, Jackson was the go-to. You ran your offense to him. When did it change? When did your mindset change to not do that this year? Your rookie had 6 INTs, but you had not stayed with that same mindset of putting Jackson in first, or you felt like you had to really get this rookie going?
No, I didn't really get away from Jackson. He's just not doing the same damage he did, but it's because I've got a significant injury on the line. His carries in the WAP game, perfect example, it's like real football. If you get down significantly in the beginning, it's hard to stick to running the ball when you got to put up points. So that was game 1. Game 2 and 3, I played the computer game too, and as you guys know, the computer's, defense in terms of you're either going to have a big run game or you're not. They did a good job of containing me, and then Eagles played some sound deep. But again, I have a significant injury on my line, so it's not that I don't want to go through Jackson. I still want to feature him primarily. It's just that he hasn't been as effective because of that injury on my line.
All right, cool. Just was curious. Cletus, do you feel like your defensive line is still as powerful as it was last season, or?
I think my defense actually is the solid thing when it comes to my team right now. They're just racking up turnovers. I mean, prime example of that 45 to hour minute conversation. It was primarily my defense that done everything that game. Again, like 5 completions, 13 runs with a starting halfback, 10 runs with, a fullback, a halfback, and the QB and wide receiver. Like, I think my defense is the most, solid point on my team right now.
So now you put all the points up against, the Dolphins or whatever, but in week 1, Jacksonville kind of held you to 17. Is that based on his good defense, or you feel like your offense isn't as high powered as they once were last season? You did make some different moves. You got some young guys up there.
Who you talking about?
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Oh, Jacksonville.
That was a 1-point game, but I'll tell you.
Jacksonville.
User.
Go ahead, Bill.
That's user, man. That's all user. That's that's Jacksonville scheme and user. It's just like you said earlier, Gates. It's any given week, man. It's all who you match up to. And I think Ty said it. It's like, people match up better against other people than they do against some people, and that's what happened. I think those guys are button heads right there.
Not only that, like with Jacksonville, like that game, I shut down Fournette pretty much the entire game until that last drive. That last drive, my main objective was keep him out of field goal, territory. And again, that game, if you did watch that game, what it came down to was who made the first mistake. I ended up causing Fournette to fumble, and I was able to capitalize on it. And then, that last drive that I had came up big when it came to touchdown. I didn't make the same mistake that I done last year with had speed back in. 1st and 1. I ended up putting in, my ground and pound half back in and trucked it forward. But again, those type of games, what it comes down to is whoever makes, less mistakes. And in this instance, I pulled it out and made one less mistake than what Jacksonville did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, you've been putting up a lot of points and other opponents aside from Jacksonville. So your offense is pretty much the same. It's just great defense, great user ability. That's what I'm asking.
I mean, again, like to compare Jacksonville to Miami is like comparing, Rogues to you. Like there is no comparison.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I was just asking how you felt about the offense. I mean, just your offense overall from last season to this season. But you're saying, I mean, from what it sounds like, they're pretty much the same.
Yeah, for the most part, I feel as if the offense is pretty much the same. The rookie QB that I had last year, is more accurate last season. And then again, like. I think with the free agency, I was able to solidify my offensive lineman. So, I mean, offensive-wise, I think I'm better than what I was last year. But defensive-wise, I think, this team is far more solid than what, I had last year.
Okay. So, you guys, Bill, you caught a bunch of games. I know you caught a bunch of games. I caught a couple. Are there any tips we can give out to the league as far as based on things we've seen so far this season?
Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, I think your tip, the last box, was the best one. Practice, man. You go in, user, go to D. And, I'm the first one to tell you that I suck at user, man. Damn, I wish I could get better. And I'm trying, man. I took your advice. I'm going in. I'm trying, man. I'm going in and I'm doing the D and I'm doing the freaking user. And I suck, man, but I'm trying. And I think that's great advice, though. It's great advice because the more you use, the more you use the game, the more you get better at it. So, I mean, I go back to your advice, which is great advice for all of us. Hone your craft. Scheme's only so good. Scheme will get you so far, but it's not going to get you to the Super Bowl.
Ty, Cletus, any tips?
I don't have it's kind of a tip, but it's more an observation. And it's funny because I had 3 questions for you guys that were like 1-word answers, but I noticed that the big fad in the league is out routes. Like Eagles was throwing them and throwing them and throwing them. Our last owner's box, you said that Wop wanted to prove to me that he can win without the deep ball. But all Wop did when he didn't throw the deep ball, he did throw it. He didn't get any on me, but he kept hitting me with mesh routes and out routes. When I played you, Gates, you kept hitting me with out routes. I'm noticing a trend with the top-end players in the league going to out routes as bailouts on 3rd down and period. If they don't see that you're pressing them, they're going to throw an out route. So my tip to everybody would be guard the flats, be on the lookout for out routes because that's everybody's go-to these days.
Yeah, I feel like that's my fault, man. I'll take ownership in that, man. I think people watching my games and seeing that consistently. Again, the Bucs weren't throwing out routes, and then yesterday he hit me with out routes. I'm like,
yeah,
start throwing out routes. You know what I'm saying?
And in my opinion, that was one of the questions I was going to ask you. Out routes to me have been OP since like 2013. Man, you know what they do to man? Like they're just OP. Like unless you're an elite receiver, you shouldn't get that much separation on a damn out route. But it is what it is.
Well, prime example, that last play that the Jags wide receiver ends up dropping, that was out route. And I'm not even going to lie. Jags, one hell of a player. Give him all the credit in the world. But, like, that game, like, he dominantly killed me when it came to out routes. He had one post route across the middle. But for the most part, the out routes is what drove the ball.
Sure.
That's what I'm telling you guys. In all of the games I'm watching, everybody's going to them out routes.
I feel like that again, Ty. I feel like that's my fault, man. I feel like had I not been doing that early, Boone had added that play to his playbook for that specific reason. He's like, "Yo, you kill me with that." I'm now adding it to my playbook. You know what I'm saying? So,
so you beat yourself, man. Damn it.
Yeah, I mean that, and it's, I feel about how you guys feel about out routes with that C route. The Bucks kept doing the damn C route, and I'm like, yo, I know how to stop it. My guys weren't making a play on the ball, and I actually picked one off, and it kind of slowed him down from doing the C routes.
Yeah, but pressure's the key on the C route. That's a long developing route.
Yeah,
you get pressure, man. And that C route's a done deal.
Yeah, and Cletus, man, I knew the Jags dude had that out route on that play. He just dropped it. That was the first thing I said. Like, dude, he dropped that. Like, I'm shocked he shouldn't have dropped that. I think. Yeah, Ty. I think where I differ from a lot of people. I can make the out route work on any play versus calling the PA deep out routes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know what zone they can beat, how to get them open, things like that, versus people who just call a play. But I do feel some type of ownership and seeing it. I'm flattered, and I'm also like, now I'm haunting it because I see people using it now against me. Paya's going to use it. I know he's going to over OP. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and think about this, right? Let's go back to WAP. Think about how devastating that makes WAP. If you press WAP, you already know how that's going to end, which is what you need to do to disrupt that out route is throw off the timing. You need to bump that receiver off the line. Good luck getting up on 97 and 95 plus speed guys trying to do that, because now they turn that into a fade or streak, and you already know how that's going to end. So out routes definitely are a pain in the ass to stop, and it's a good way to move the ball. You can take your 5-yard variety, or you can smart route them. And I've seen so many people early in the season, in the last season, convert 3rd and 15s on these damn out routes. So if you want to stop and slow people down, man, you better figure out a way to stop that PA deep out that you play, and then just figure out how to deal with them out routes.
Yeah, I think, again, man, I think it really caught on that playoff game where I came back and you called cover 2 and I caught the deep middle ball. You know what I'm saying? That ultimately helped me get to the NFC Championship or whatever. Had that play not had that much success, I don't know if the out routes would be still having that type of success. So we'll see. I mean, again, I feel like I gotta go into practice and now focus on these out routes and now these C routes, because these are the 2 routes that are consistently being used. So.
It's a good call by me. How about that damn tip? I got a question for you guys. I guess kind of a little fun thing, just quick round robin. I'm going to throw out, and you guys just give me who you think it is for you guys. Who's that one opponent that when you see them on your schedule, man, that son of a gun is always a tough matchup. They're always difficult to match up with. I feel like they have my number. I feel like it's going to be an uphill battle. Who is that one guy for you guys? I don't care what his record is, that when you play that person, damn it, man, why I got to keep playing this person, and it's going to be a long one. Who is that for you, Gates?
Green Bay. I hate going up against Green Bay because it's always I feel like it's always something cheesy you're going to hit me with. You know what I'm saying? I never know what type of cheesy run it's going to be or what type of cheesy pass it's going to be, but I just feel like it's just tough, man. I'm not even saying cheesy as far as
no, I know what you mean.
Yeah, just popular plays that consistently work all the time. I don't know. I don't want to deal with that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just want to get an easy win, or not even easy win. I just want to do something that's comfortable and knowing a guy's tendencies. And with him, it's like, I beat him early in the season and I'm playing him in the playoffs, and then I know what he's going to do. He hits him with a juke move, and I'm like, only he can do that. You know what I'm saying? So every time I see him, it's like, here we go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we all have those guys. So I get you. Cletus, who is that for you?
Kansas City, Adam. Just for a simple fact that, his game plan isn't, geared around one individual player. He can bust the big run on you, but then he can also throw the pass, and the pass ain't to someone you would expect. It ain't like with Oakland, it's Amari Cooper. And the run game's going to go through a hill. And, with Adam, I don't know. I just think ultimately he has a dynamic offense, and that defense causes trouble.
Interesting. Bill?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Wop, man. Wop's got my freaking number, man. He's got that great speed at wide receiver. And so you try to protect the deep ball, and then he brings it underneath, as far as a run or what have you. So I'm going to go with Wop on that one, man, because every time I play him, I get my ass kicked. I want to fix that, but of course, I can say that for 90% of the league too. So I guess I can't feel too bad, but at the same time, he got my number, man. I want to freaking. I'm gonna put my number on restricted. Shall I say?
Right, block that damn number. Well,
block that shit.
Because there's a few people I can think of. Obviously, I go back years with Gates, and we always have the same type of game, and it's always a nail biter, and it always comes down to the nitty gritty, and he always figures out a way to edge me. I could go with Boone. Lately, it seems like the same thing happens with me and Boone. It's always a tight game, and it comes down to the end, and he edges me. But the person I'm going to go with is Wop as well. Me and Wop have a little rivalry, obviously. It's friendly rivalry. We've always been division opponents going back to last year when he was Dallas and now with Redskins. Wop frustrates me in a lot of different ways because I mentally know what he wants to do, and I know how to stop it. It's very simplistic what he does on offense, but I just don't seem to be able to stop it. And when I stop one thing, he does something else. What kills me with Wop isn't his offense. It's how he's able to play me defensively. Wop always does a good job of locking me up offensively. And I typically tend to give him 4 to 5 turnovers a game, which with that guy's offense, giving him 5 extra possessions a game, you're not going to win. So if I take away the deep ball, he hits me with out routes. If I take away the out route, he hits me over top. If I take away over the top, he hits me underneath for crossers. If I stop him on a 3 and out, he picks me off when I get the ball. There's a mental thing going on with me and him right now to where I do feel right now I've got to do something totally different when I play him next time to tip that balance. But I'd say it's Wop for me.
Now, is there anybody on you guys' schedule where you see it and you honestly look like, oh, yeah, that's a win?
I hate to say that because you always say this, Gates, it is true. You got to be focused every week. But just the way it always goes back to you have somebody's number, for me, it's Moondog. And it's not because he sucks. It's not because he's sorry.
Yeah, you just have his number.
Right. I have his number, and me and him talk a lot during our games, and we talk after the games, and he'll be the first one to tell you. He's like, I don't know what it is. I can't beat you. And I said, I know what it is because I have those problems too. So for some reason, I think maybe mentally it's in his head he's not going to win, and he hasn't beaten me yet.
Bill, who you got? Whose number do you feel like you have?
Wow. That's a good one. I don't think I have anybody's number. That's what sucks, man. But that's why I approach every game like I'm freaking losing, man, already. And so I got to bring my A game. If I'm saying who do I want to match up against? Like if I'm in the divisional game and I'm going to the Super Bowl, who do I want to match up against? Wow, I'm talking somebody like at this point probably a Miami or a Bills. That's me.
Okay, Cletus, what about you?
For me, it would be the guy that I've had his number like year in, year out, over all Maddens would be Champ. Champ used to be in the AFC East, and because he couldn't beat me, he left it. And he went to the North, and now he's over on the NFC side. So I got him week 17. So it's one of them games where I'm just like I'm not too worried about. But yeah, Champ hasn't been the same, ever since he didn't have those 6'6", like 95 speed wide receivers.
Okay. For me, this Madden, man, it's probably my buddy, the Saints. I look at that like 2 wins every season so far. I don't see him beating me. I feel like I just got his number. Also, Ty, man, I like matching up with you, but I feel like I got your number, man. It's not an easy win, but I always seem to find that edge, and I always look forward to winning and then having that conversation after that. So,
Sure.
yeah. You know, you go way back to Madden. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a great matchup every time, but I always figure out some type of way to win. And then I was having a conversation after that. So, yeah. Good questions, though. All right, yeah, they're definitely some good questions.
Yeah, I figured drop some nice little fun light questions.
Yeah. Was there anything else, man?
Yo, Ty, Paya said, "Shut the f up and trade them Landon."
Yeah, Maya. I'm gonna address him in a minute. I do got one more quick little round robin question because I know the show ran long. Just want to kind of go around and ask everybody. Granted, it's so early and it's so premature. We're only 3 damn games into the season. What has surprised you the most so far about the season? A person, a player, a team, a record, whatever. Cletus, we'll start with you.
Joe's probably the biggest surprise, in my opinion, this year. Primarily because, granted, it's still early, but, the game they did lose, he lost, by one possession, and, he's becoming solid. And after having several years of, the #1 overall first-round draft pick, it's nice to see the guy finally, putting up W's.
Excellent. What do you got, Bill?
Yeah, hey, I would go with Joe as well, because I'll tell you this, Joe, people don't remember Joe from years ago, man, early, man, a few seasons ago, man, he played some good, solid ball. So I would say Joe's definitely the surprise, man. And not that he's a surprise. It's just that he's starting to get his mojo back, just like Ronnie. Starting to get his mojo back, and he's got some nice pieces, man. He's got some really nice pieces, man. I mean, you got the number 1 pick overall quarterback, and he could make some noise. I mean, obviously – it goes back to the same thing that I always say. Scheme gets you so far, but user skills is going to get you to the Super Bowl, and that's where it all goes down to. He's definitely a breath of fresh air. Joe, man, you blew me up all night long, man. All night long. The fish and the partying. Man, I want to be with you when you're partying, that's for sure.
Gates, what you got, Gates?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I have an eyeball surprise for you.
All right. Yeah, let me see. Thank you. I'm gonna go with
That's quality, man.
Right.
That's quality stuff there.
Took it away. I'm gonna go with the Eagles, man. For him to come in, nobody know him. He said, "Yo, I'm gonna go 16-0," and then I'm like, "Yeah, right." He's not even gonna win the first game next season. Here he's already 3-0, and it's the surprise. Like, can he go 4-0? Can he go 5-0? And then if he does go 5, 6, or 7-0, it's like, how long is this really gonna last? Is he as good as he really is? So, I mean, that's been the most shocking for me so far. I
would say for me is you. I knew Joe because I've known Joe from multiple other leagues. Joe used to be a good lab partner of mine, so I knew he had it in him. I didn't know he would just hit that switch to go from what he did to now, but I really couldn't have seen a guy who was 14-2 and been to multiple Super Bowls and on cruise control and confident, start out 1-2. And granted, it's definitely nothing to panic about. It's still early, and I know you'll be there when it counts, but it's still kind of surprising to see you hit a little patch. So I'd say you.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I like it though. Like now I can't be on cruise control, where it's like teams who I would easily win are now fighting and scratching and clawing to beat me now. So I think it's kind of cool, man. And I think a lot of it is due to us doing this show, forcing people's hands to get better, and then again just bringing that energy to the league, man.
Yeah.
It's cool to see. It's cool to see like not Pie. I'm sorry, I'm not mentioning his name. Sorry about that. Green Bay owner. He DM'd me like, yo, I don't know what tips you gave the Lions, but he barely won that game. And I told him like, yo, I didn't really give him no tips to stop you per se. I didn't give him no tips about you. I gave him just general overall tips based on what I seen how he played, and just to improve his game, man. So to see that working is dope to me. You know what I'm saying? It's dope to me.
Yeah.
So, where teams were like Joe couldn't. We all thought Joe was gonna go 1-16 or whatever. He's now 2-1, and he beat the Chargers. What? Like what?
Well, then again,
And he lost. He lost to, what do you call it, New England? I think by 3 or 4.
Yeah, or by a possession. It was like
Yeah.
Stand down. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, that's all good.
Hey, Bill, tell him to shut up and play.
I got the kid going nuts, man.
Yeah, I'll just mute him until he comes back. There you go.
That and, again, somebody mentioned it earlier. I think it was you, Gates. Nobody's saying nothing, but Texans finished with 2 wins last season. He's 2-1. With a shot to play Titans, in a very meaningful game early in the season. So it's a nice little pleasant surprise.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's cool. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? No, anything. I don't have anything else. Unless you guys got anything else, I think we can wrap it up. We've been almost on here for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Any closing remarks, Cletus?
Yeah. I'm good.
Okay. Bills, any closing remarks?
Yeah, I did want to touch on I'll tell you what, if the Eagles, if they can go 16-0, it's going to be, and we're going to have to bow down, because I'll just tell you right now, he's got, I'm just going to say right now, he's got Ty, that he lost to. He's got the Bengals. He's got the Cowboys. He's got the Bears, but he's got Ty again. He's got WAP. He's got me, which is not so dramatic, but the Ravens. He's got the Browns. He's got the 49ers. He's got the Skins. He's got the freaking Bucks, and then he's got the Seahawks, and then the Cowboys again. So if he can do that, if he can run the gamut, man, we're going to have to bow down and give him props. But I'll just say that. That's all I got to say, man. If we can go 16, like he said, is he going to?
Yeah, he would have to beat Bach twice for me to see that. He would have to beat Bach twice for me to be convinced that he can do that.
Yeah, man. If he does that, he has arrived. He has arrived. That's right, man.
Yeah. And then again,
he can beat WAP. I haven't figured him out yet, and I've played him for years, man. When he was back at as the Cowboys, man, I couldn't beat him then either. So
I'm not giving out that tip on how to beat.
I wouldn't. Don't do it, man. Not on live air, anyways. Maybe to your buddies, but not to him. Not to anybody.
Yeah.
What about you? That's my thought. Anyways, closing arguments. I hope. Hey, if you have any issues, I listen. I got a crew of 49 guys. Guys and girls. I got an open door policy, man. You want to talk to me? I'm a freaking wide open book, man. Come to me. Let me know. If you got an issue, bring it to me, because I'm the guy that's going to try to get some sort of resolution. I don't want to have any issues out there, because that's not the way we want to run this league. We want to run it like a smooth freaking oiled machine, baby. Run it right along. Everybody's happy. Everybody's good. We're, hey, man, and shout out to you, Gates. I appreciate the way you run this open forum, man. This is an open forum for everybody to be involved in, and I mean, there's some guys. Hey, you got to get the Eagles guy on, because you got to get him in here, man.
Yeah,
there's some pieces.
Yeah, I got like three owners that I'm trying to get on here. We've been talking. Eagles isn't one of them, but There's two other owners I'm definitely trying to grab on here. So I'm trying to make it all happen. But I appreciate it.
You're awesome, man. Hey,
yeah.
you brought this league from C level to A level, man. That's it, man, because you ramped it up. You've ramped this thing up. I mean, the smack talking. Hey, that's what everybody, as a male skewing guy, that's what you need, man. That's exactly what you need. And now I'll leave it with this: shut up and play, baby.
I like it. Ty, you got anything?
It was kind of along the same vein as Bill. I really appreciate this league, and I appreciate the folks in it. I've played now for a few years with most of the folks in this league. It's like anything else. Like, we're not always going to see eye to eye. We're not always going to get along. But at the end of the day, like, I like that we could sit there and have an hour-long heated conversation and then wrap it up in a cordial manner. Like Bill said, I just wish folks understand that, you know what, no one has a vested interest to promote anybody else's interest in a video game. We all want a fair competitive league. We try to do the best we can to put together rules that everybody can abide by that's fair. We also try, if somebody's violating the rules, to call that out and deal with it. And if somebody feels differently or otherwise, then please, definitely voice that concern. Hit any of the admins up you feel comfortable hitting up. Hit up Gates. Let Gates air it out on the show. But don't walk away from this with the feeling of you don't have a say, the system's rigged, et cetera, et cetera. That's definitely not the case. That's all I got.
Okay, cool. For me, man, Cletus, I want you to understand.
Actually, Gates, I'm sorry. I did have one more small thing.
Okay.
The other thing. You know what? I know it's fun to give Cletus a hard time. I know it's fun to give Pi a hard time. I get it. They have those personalities, but don't mistake, your personal feelings for how you feel about that person, or don't mistake the fact that you don't like that maybe he's successful in the game for, trying to go after the Pies of the world and the Cletuses 24/7 for any and everything they do. Like, let's be fair and let's have some perspective with that. Now I'm done, Gates. Sorry.
No, you good. So, Cletus, I know I said some things on the show. I know you kind of like jumped on me at first. Me and you are good regardless.
Yeah.
But understand anybody going forward. I have to speak from two perspectives. How I personally feel, and then almost from the owner's box perspective, being the voice of the other 27 owners who aren't in the admin chat. So I try to be as fair as possible. I try to be devil's advocate and give you all the perspectives based on the things that I hear. So if it feels like sometimes I'm attacking you guys as admins, it might not be me personally, but I'm just trying to hit every perspective and everything moving forward. So again, like, I know you first jumped on, you were like, yo, you
my
said
mom's
this.
gonna play that catch game, and you're gonna try to catch me, and my mom's gonna try to catch me. It's gonna be a cute.
Okay, got you. We are training. I'm working on that. That's my next goal for next episode. Got you. So again, hopefully in this episode, I did speak for a lot of guys, or at least said the things that were said to me in the direct messages, and you guys answered them pretty clearly going forward. Back and forth, things like that. Overall, thanks, Bill, man. I appreciate it. Again, Ty set the blueprint for me back in we had the NBL league with his show. There was a guy back then called Koofy Smacker. He just jumped on the show. He just had a segment, but all he did was talk trash, call owners out or whatever. So I just try to bring and follow that blueprint. Again, for me, the league has been dope since the show has came. The energy is different. The play on the field seems different. I'm by far not the greatest Madden player, but I try to give tips to help improve people's game, even if I don't follow them myself. Things like that, man. So I definitely appreciate it. We're 15 episodes in. I'm gonna keep running this thing until y'all tell me, yo, get off the camera. You know what I'm saying? Shit's not working no more. So,
and for real, like my apologies, for jumping down the throat.
Oh, we grown men, Cletus. We grown men. That's all good.
Yeah, man. But in my vulgarness, that's for the military and me. But like, yeah, man. Straight up, like anybody have an issue with what do you call me scoring and whatnot, let me know. So when me and that person plays, I'll just I'll chew clock all game. Let me know.
Yeah, no, that's good, man. I mean, listen, I don't have no problem people were saying whatever, man. We grown men, we can address it as grown men. And if we can't come to an agreement, then we just meet up somewhere. So that's the mentality I come from. But you know what I'm saying? Right. It's all good, man. Nah, so I get it. I mean, and again, unfortunately, you have what I like to call the Mike Tyson or the Kobe Bryant effect, or when you're in the limelight and you do something crazy, or the Bobby Brown effect. It's like when you do something, it's TMZ is all over you. Versus when what I'm saying, somebody else does it, it's like, oh well, that's his first time. He just learned it. Give him a slap on the wrist. Unfortunately, you in Green Bay don't have that luxury. Look, myself, I don't even have the luxury to lose games back to back. Unfortunately, some odd reason, people been reaching out to me like I'm 1-16. I'm got me worried. Like I hope you bounce back. I'm like, 2 losses. Am I down? You know what I'm saying? So it comes with the territory, man. It comes with the territory. So I wish you guys good luck this season. Just know that after this Green Bay game, I'm gonna unleash a wrath of offense on people. I'm trying to get back to the top. So we'll see what happens, man.
That's it.
Yeah, man. So definitely another great episode. I appreciate all you guys jumping out. I like how guys didn't like what I said and jump right in on this thing. Hopefully, guys now get that same confidence to do that. Because you was like, yo, can you sing Cletus to everybody? I sure can. He gonna jump on right now. He sure will. Boop. He jumped right on. Oh, Panthers want something to say. I'll send him the link too. So anybody has that.
Well, I mean, sometimes when I'm getting hit up on the side, it's a lot easier for a person to speak to for himself as opposed for us trying to get into the mind of what were they thinking, why did they do this. I know if somebody was smashing on me, hey, hold on, let me speak on that.
True story. Listen, I don't want to defend somebody. I want to just it's got to be black and white, man. We can make the rules for a reason, and so. If there's something if there's a rule that's broken, hey man, we're gonna enforce it. But if I can't enforce it, I can't enforce it. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, even if it's trash talking, like yo, if I say something to you, like how Cleveland was like, yo, like you kept saying C route and this and that, and jump on here. You know what I'm saying? If I say this and that, and defend yourself. I say Jags, even with Earl Thomas, you still suck. You hiding behind Fournette, and you don't like it. And jump on here. That was just a shot I just tossed to him, just to mess around with him. But yeah, that's definitely addressing. And that's what the show's about. That's what it's open for, and I try to keep it open to that. So again, appreciate you guys doing that. I got to chase the little one around, and some other games. So
love that, man. Dad, you daddy.
yeah, that comes first. So
hey, first and foremost, man, love it, man.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate all the time you put towards this league, man. It's awesome.
Looking forward to Green Bay. I've been picked 4 against nothing. So now I gotta.
I'm on your side, though. I picked you, man.
I think Ty didn't. Nobody picked Ty neither. So I think we both got something to prove.
Yeah, I just look forward to the game one because me and Boone always have those. I know what type of matchup it's going to be. It's going to be good. It's going to be intense. And typically, I've made mistakes in our games with Boone that have cost me. And that's a good test for my young rookie to see against somebody with pretty good user if he can do what I need to get done.
Yeah. And Cletus, man, I told you at the beginning of the season, man, like, where I want to see you at in the Super Bowl, man. So regardless of my record,
yeah, man.
I see you in the Super Bowl, man. I'm going there this year. I know you want to go there, so let's stop ducking each other and let's make it.
Right.
Yeah. So that's it, man. Again, we appreciate you guys for joining. This is Owner's Box, man. USFL League, man. Mark Gates, I'm signing off, man.
Late.
Peace.
Woo!